Hello, my loves. Welcome in to the show. It's going to be a good one, I hope at least. I only have like 2 segments planned for today, but we'll get to them. Right now, it's time for chill. It's time to chill. If you're here and you have not yet hit the like button, hit the like button, babes. Join the horde. Hit the like button and subscribe. Spill the tea. You know what's funny is I'm actually becoming a tea person. It's tea today because my throat is sore all the time. So I was like, oh, you know what? Why don't I start like regularly incorporating honey into this bitch? So I'm incorporating honey into this bitch. Yay. Hi, Malena. Hi, Kitty Tick. What's up there, mama? NBJ, hello. There's Violet. I have to dip in an hour to do therapy, but I'm here for now. Good for you doing therapy. Good for you. I finally finished off. I got this for myself to put in my stocking at Christmas. It is sunflower honey. And I think that is like because the bees were eating from the sunflowers. It's not like a sunflower infusion. And I just finished it today. It's so sad. I want more of it. I love sunflower honey. It turns out it's delicious. What's up, 50 the puppy? Hey, Andes. Big wheel. Yeah, I made this for my mother-in-law. I'm going to give it to her this week. And I just didn't really have another place to put it. So that's where it is for now. It's a mandala. Honey doesn't do much for me, but it does taste nice. I used to think that I was not a honey person. And it turns out I was just buying really poor quality honey. Hello, Hella says, I guess what? I wrote a book with a trans girl. Like, you wrote a book with... You also wrote it with a trans girl, or you wrote the book and there's a trans girl in it. Either way, good stuff. Blackberry honey, also nice. Ooh. Yeah, it turns out when you buy good quality honey, it's good. Yeah, right? Crazy. I might be getting a therapist soon. I might be getting a therapist. There's 2 people in the YouTube chat who might be getting a therapist soon. That's good for you. How many hours did you put into that? I don't fucking know. I do this thing when I'm crocheting where a lot of the time I get partway through and then I delete a lot of it and then I redo it, you know? I'm a honey person, as in I call people honey when I'm condescending to them for being stupid. Good deal, mama. That's always fun. Yeah, because I did several things that involved restarting with this. So, yeah, it's not as tight in the frame as it could be. Like, it's definitely got a lot of wiggle room. But I'm sure my mother-in-law will like it anyway. I picked this yarn because of the particular colors, so... And I also, adapted the pattern. This is originally supposed to be like a coat, like a duster coat thing. And I just changed it a little bit to make it be able to be suspended in the hula hoop. So I like it. I'm excited. It turned out good. If you want one, I'll do it for $500. I took a long time working on it. I'm scheduled for therapy with a Christian service, and they said they might get me gender therapy when I met with my new psychiatrist. I would say watch out, but, step carefully with Christian organizations. Good morning, Liz. Milena says, I'm the trans girl who wrote the book with her. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I'm getting into writing again myself. And I think I started with short stories. I think I need to give myself a little bit more time. I think if I'm going to do a short story, I should give myself 2 days to work on it. Because the last time I just busted out a short story in 2 hours, and that just feels like a lot to put on myself. But yeah, I posted it on Patreon, and I'm also writing a script for BoJack Horseman, a BoJack Horseman video essay, which I've made good progress on. Let's see, how much do I have left here? I have 1 segment I need to work. I need 3. There are 4 segments that I haven't even started working on. And there are 10 total segments. So, yeah, it's still going to be happening soon. I used to write erotica for commission. Been thinking about getting back to it. There's good money to be made there. Yeah. My, I don't know if she's my friend at this point. My professional acquaintance, Greta Christina, wrote a smut book. And it was good. I didn't read the full book, but I saw some of the excerpts of it. And then she also put out an audiobook that she narrated. It's good stuff. I did not know that a Luxander Bojack video was an option, but now that I do, I know I immediately need to see it. Yeah, the video is going to be about how Bojack Horseman has borderline personality disorder. I'm going to go in deep with the evidence. The thing that's going to take the longest, I think, is like not only is writing it, but I think it's mostly going to be a video where I'm not on screen, which means that it's mostly going to be a video that's comprised of clips, and that's kind of tricky. How's the audio today, by the way? Everybody was bitching about how it was low, and I finally figured out that I needed to fucking fix the drivers, and I fixed the drivers, and now I can see it's peaking up in the red, so I just want to make sure, even though it's peaking up in the red, I want to make sure that it's not, like, actually peaking, in the sense that the sound is breaking. Please talk about Hollyhock. I don't think I have anything in my script currently about Hollyhock. Maybe, I could put something about markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self there, in the sense that, like, he tries to make himself look really cool to Hollyhock, but I just don't think that his experience with Hollyhock really contributes to my diagnostic criteria thing here. Audio's fine. Hella is here on the website. It is pretty crispy loud. Okay, let me just nudge it down just a slight bit. It's a slight bit nudged down, and now it's not peaking. Okay, there we go. It peaked when I yelled, but if it's not peaking otherwise, then we're good. Okay, as long as everybody stops complaining about it being too quiet, everything will be okay. Can I gush about the book Milena and I wrote? Yeah, I mean, I might not read it out loud, but you can. That sunflower honey. I have decaf green tea to help my voice here. If you're not clipping sometimes, then you're too quiet. You can do Bojack videos for as long as it interests you. Yeah, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do any other videos about Bojack. I've just had this one script that I've been working on for a long time. It feels like an addendum, but I think there is some significant stuff to be said about his relationship with Hollyhock and how he still uses her for emotional labor and ignores her boundaries and needs. Yeah, so here's the script, okay? The script is, there's an introduction, and then there's a little blurb about, like, what is borderline personality disorder. And then I'm going to go through all the diagnostic criteria. So that's why I said, like, there's 10 segments to the video, which means that I'm basically looking for specific evidence from the text to reflect on each individual symptom, you know? So yeah, I'll probably, like, as I finish each segment, I'll probably post it up on the Patreon, or maybe I'll post them out of order or something. Honey definitely makes tea tolerable. Have you heard of Lily Simpson? Yeah, I've heard of Lily Simpson and her extraordinarily long videos that she likes to make. What was it, like a 10-hour video about Harry Potter? I am not gonna do that. Sounds like a very interesting book, Hella. Available on Amazon. I got through 7 hours of that Harry Potter video. Milena, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub. Hella, please enjoy your dicks. Milena says, you ain't staying white in here, Hella. Hey, Oteo, hello. Hey, Zypation. First live not at work in a while. Love the BoJack Horseman idea. I've watched essays dissecting other tunes for deeper meaning. I had no idea that Horseman had BPD. It's such an interesting take. He might be 9 out of 9. Here's the thing. With borderline personality disorder, you need 5 out of 9 of the criteria in order to get the diagnosis. Like, there are 9 different symptoms, and you only need 5 of them to get the diagnosis. I'm pretty fucking sure that I can substantiate BoJack 9 for 9. Like, I am 98% sure that I will be able to go through the text and get that evidence. So, look forward to that, babes. Thank you again, Milena. Don't do donations while you're fucking unemployed. What? Another one? Whomst? Where? Hey, Oteo, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting started to be excited for Elliot Page's movie. Yeah. You know, I just fucking remembered that that was supposed to happen this week. And then I was like, wait, should I wait to watch that? I mean, I could go to the theater and watch it, but should I like try to wait and get footage from the movie? Because if I go watch it on Friday, which is when it's supposed to come out on Friday this week, then if I come back and make a video about it, I won't be able to insert any clips. I'm being restrained. But yes, I am also excited to see Elliot Page's movie. Fair enough, Heoteo. Does bipolar also overlap with borderline? I feel like I had a few of the symptoms that my borderline friend has. Bipolar is more cyclical. Like, borderline has very particular triggers and like a very particular set. Well, I mean, you know, it can be different from person to person. Bipolar disorder has these extremes of like mania and depression, which I don't think that you would be very easily able to confuse that with borderline. Having been around someone, do you plan on talking about any overlap with NPD for BoJack? I feel like NPD is a lot harder to diagnose, and I have BPD, so I feel like I can speak about that from a place of relative authority, given that I was in like a highly intensive BPD therapy program for like 2 years. And I have the BPD teaching book. Where is it? I literally have the skills training book. I have like the teacher's book for BPD so that I can go back into it whenever I feel like I need to. But yeah, I don't know. I feel more confident about BPD with BoJack than NPD. Like, yes, he kind of seems like he's all about himself, but I think that's just because of the unstable personality thing. Does that mean he was just treating it with substances? Yeah, so substance disorder, like substance abuse, is part of the diagnostic criteria for BPD. A lot of people stay on that surface level. By the way, hi, 67 people here. How you doing? I'm Luxander, and we are chilling. This is the part of the show where we kind of just talk about whatever, and I'll talk about the news in like 40 minutes. So if you don't want to stick around for that, then please just hit the like button before you go. And if you are going to stick around, then hit the like button too. But yeah, I think a lot of people with BoJack just kind of assume that he has a substance abuse disorder, or they just assume that he has depression, and then they just kind of leave it there. Yeah, agree, mama. Most substance abuse disorders are people self-medicating, another problem. I could see an argument, I guess, that his mom had NPD, perhaps. But yes, it's good to write. I've been doing little spurts of poetry occasionally, and yeah, I did like one short story, and I want to do more short stories, just based on writing prompts that I find online. If you dig into the familia aspects, I don't even know that I'll need to. That's the thing, guys. Like, so much of BoJack's behavior fits into borderline because it's an emotion regulation disorder, but it's a behavioral disorder. So it's like, I don't even need to be like, I do talk about his parents, but it doesn't need to be very in-depth at all. It's just like, hey, this is what contributes to people getting BPD. And yes, like, here's 2 examples of the way that his parents treated him that easily could have contributed to the development of BPD. I started doing a fanfic of Trump and Biden breaking up. That's amazing. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's difficult talking about narcissistic personality disorder because, yeah, it is colloquially just bad person mental disorder. So I do think it's tricky to discuss it. And borderline is highly stigmatized as well. But again, at least I'm diagnosed with it, so I feel like I can speak about it with some level of authority. 77 people in here, only 44 likes. I will haunt your dreams. Girl, come on. Ugh. It's time for tea. I'm planning out a murder mystery book, a horror book, a zombie book, a vampire book, and also a book about the Fae. I would be highly interested in a book about the Fae. Is there any narration, like, is there any, like, fiction about the Fae? I think the main benefit of including it would be to demystify a bit with the actual diagnostic criteria. Yeah. Like I said, the prevailing theory about borderline is that it's caused by a mixture of emotional sensitivity and invalidation. So, it really only takes like a couple examples of like the flashbacks of his parents talking to him for you to be able to go, yeah, for sure, that's an invalidating environment. And here we can see the kid being highly sensitive and sweet. There's plenty of written material, but a lot of it is deeply inaccurate. I mean, I want fiction. I want fiction about the Fae. I don't want, like, lore. Like, I don't want actual folklore. I want, like, a novel. Drinking Tang lately? Interesting. A Court of Thorns and Roses. It is very bad, very hetero. Sag. Such hetero. Bleh. Oh, I got some fun news recently. And by fun, I mean highly stressful. So my partner is a skilled tradesman. He works at like a high-end construction place, basically. And right now he's an hourly employee, which means that he doesn't have to own his own power tools. He owns all of his own hand tools, but he doesn't have to make his own schedule. He doesn't have to find his own jobs. You know, he can just kind of show up to work and do an incredible job, right? We're moving to Oregon, and the area in Oregon that we're going to move to is like, apparently no one hires hourly employees. Even there are like companies that do what he does, but they don't hire hourly employees. They only hire subcontractors. So when we move, so my partner is not going to have a job lined up for when we move, which is like intensely stressful because obviously I don't make the majority of our money doing this. And my income is not going to go up when we move. Like, not, I mean, obviously like the minimum wage is higher in Oregon, but I'm going to still get the same number of donations approximately, right? So he's not going to have a job lined up when we move. And in order to even get a job, he's going to have to get a subcontractor's license, which you have to pay a fee and you have to take a class. And then he has to buy his own power tools. So we have a GoFundMe. And we've already raised like $8,000, which is incredible. I have been putting it all directly into my savings account, not touching it. I even round up a little bit. Every time I move money over into my savings account, I just like round up a couple dollars. So I'm also saving some of my own money, obviously. But yeah, so we're still doing the GoFundMe, and we're going to keep it open until we move. And that, you know, if we pass the goal, we're going to keep it open because we need to cover that expense. Why Oregon if the job thing is unhelpful? Because I want to live in a state where I have rights, and I want to live in a state where we have, you know, some ability to handle climate change. So those are the places that are desirable. I don't really want to live in Washington because there's already a fuck ton of people there. We like the outdoor activities. I'm getting into hunting. He's getting into fishing. I don't want to fucking live in Minnesota. One of my friends is trying to convince me to live in Pennsylvania. And it's like, listen, I have wanted to live in the Pacific Northwest my entire life, basically. So it just happens to also line up with a lot of my political interests right now. Which states are the best for your rights? The ones that have like sanctuary protection stuff in place. You know, like Minnesota, Washington, Oregon, some places in the Northeast, but yeah. So I'm visiting Portland for a transition-related surgery, and I am seriously considering picking this place over Seattle for my next home. Yeah, like Oregon has a lot of space that there isn't gonna be, like, you can be near stuff but not like in a big fucking city. I don't want to live in Seattle. That sounds terrible. Have you considered Alaska? No, I have not. Portland has a suburban city vibe that Seattle doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of like huge, right? It like sprawls, and there's a lot of, it's kind of like Kansas City and how we have like, there's actually a ton of small, or like technically it's a different city. Like your mailbox, your address like says you live in a different city, but you actually just, it's still the greater Kansas City area. It kind of seems like Portland is kind of like that. Like there is the main part of like Portland, but then like there's all this other sprawling whatever going on. Oregon has fewer cops, which is a plus for anarchy vibes. Yeah. I think that there's just going to be more opportunity in Oregon for me to like own a piece of land, have a greenhouse, produce my own food. Portland is really big, but there are so many mom and pop shops as you walk around. It's wonderful. And people smile back. Wow. Is that not, are you comparing that to Seattle? Excuse me. Hot Pants says, I live in Massachusetts and my top surgery was covered by public health care. Nice. Yeah, Oregon has like guaranteed, like healthcare is a right according to the Constitution. So yeah, but the shitty thing is that if my partner is a subcontractor, then he will not be provided insurance by his company. And then also we will probably make too much money to get the public option. So we're probably still not going to have insurance. What a stupid system. Confirm. I have family in Seattle. Much prefer living in Portland. Traffic is horrific though. Yeah. I would rather live further south of Portland, I think. I have a friend in Seattle and they said folks there are weirdly cold and passive aggressive. Sag. Also in Oregon, we're actively working on fixing some of the problems we have created by bringing back wetlands. They've also started urging farmers and hunters to leave beavers alone so the wetlands can come back faster. Turns out beavers know what's up. Right, and haven't they decommissioned a couple of dams? Oregon's public health care is super trans inclusive. Yes. As of this year in Oregon, HB 2002 requires insurance to cover facial feminization surgery and hair removal. Nice. Look into that before assuming. From what I've heard, Portland's public insurance is more inclusive than you'd think. No, I'll definitely look into it. But like my partner is a skilled, like high-end tradesman. Like, I just don't know. Like, he makes decent money, and I'm expecting that he'll be making even more money when we move, so I don't know. The deconstruction of the dams will be done by early September. Nice. Let the beavers cook. Let the beavers cook. Anyway. I got my free 3-month baby leave, plus many employers add their own 4 weeks. Plus, you can add previously earned leave, so technically you could get 5 months off, which is very close to the European standard for, yeah, for maternity leave. That's cool. I love how people are realizing rodents are the foundation of many ecosystems. They are. You don't want to bank on something that isn't likely. Yeah, like, I presently don't have insurance, so basically I just go to the sliding scale clinics that I can go to. And like, sometimes if I get a major procedure done, I'm just like, sucks to be that hospital. I'm not going to pay it. Or like, I'll pay a small amount on it. Maybe. Are otters meaner than beavers? Do they eat beavers? I've never heard of that. Otters mostly eat fish and like clams and stuff, don't they? NBJ, thank you for the tier 1 sub. They say probably a bad decision because I've got no income, but I need the dicks. Listen, if you are unemployed, I highly recommend that you don't donate it to me, but thank you. And I can't, if you need the dicks, who am I to deny you? Who am I to say? But thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. That's $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand, and if that money doesn't show you, then you owe me, oh. Beavers, prairie dogs, and other building/burrowing animals do so much to stabilize the environment. Yes. Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. There's some appreciation for the Jay and Silent Bob reference. You rap too? For fun. For fun. Sometimes. But not like, I don't like write rap. I was quoting Jay and Silent Bob right then, but yeah, I mean, I sometimes. I'm a big fan of nerdy white guy rap. Like Rhett and Link. they would do these like nerdy raps. The only one that comes to mind is I'm a Textbert. Like White and Nerdy by Weird Al. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know a lot of the words to White and Nerdy by Weird Al, but yes, MC Chris sometimes. I definitely get the Boba Fett song stuck in my head. Fett's Vet, I get that shit stuck in my head sometimes. My partner knows all the words, though. I don't. We're just having a dicks and pussy fucking, like, party over here in the chat. This is still the part of the show where we're just kind of talking about whatever. We're warming up. But yes, you should hit the like button if you haven't already. Let's see, how many people can we get in here for a just fucking around part of the stream? My tea is almost room temperature now. I'm gonna finish it. And the great thing is that because it's decaf, it's not a diuretic. $69 likes. Fuck yeah. Okay. IMO, the beginning of your streams is the best part. I know. Isn't it such a bummer that we have to talk about normal shit? Like, that we have to talk about, like, politics and stuff? If I can manage to get far enough away from this, I could potentially not have to talk about politics anymore. Wouldn't that be lovely? Get a mug warmer. Listen, all of my mugs are different sizes. I have this mug, I have a smaller mug, even my other mugs are like, I don't know. I get too many different mugs. This is your show, make a segment out of some fun shit. The problem is, like, I have to make money, right? And one of the primary ways, like one of the most reliable ways that I make money is that I post stuff on the channel, right? Like, okay, here's the comparison point for you. At our most clickbait titles on this live show, the biggest streams, the most concurrent viewers is like 150 to 200, right? But when I post videos on the channel, they get at least 2,000 views. And that's like, I'm posting those like each day, almost. So, like, I have to do both. And during the live shows is when I record the clips for the channel. I love big mugs. Mugs which can be used for eating ramen noodles. Ooh, yeah. Artemis wants to know, any tips for a trans femme on trying to grow a good mohawk? Ooh, that's really interesting. Do you need an editor? Nope. I'm good. Editing is so fast now. I mostly just watch your streams. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Let's look at the stats right now for what's the breakdown of who watches. Is there an art to making clickbait titles? Yeah, well, so it depends, right? Like, my channel is primarily trans-oriented. So even if I made a clickbait title, so if I posted a video about, like, Trump or Biden, even if I made it clickbait, like, Biden's going to die or something like that. Like, which I wouldn't, but like that would probably not get as good of views as maybe even a more generic title that's clickbaity. So like today's video that I posted is about COVID and like the Olympic athletes collapsing and stuff from COVID. But I gave it like a more general, do you really think you're safe, is the clickbait title. And then like I tried like 3 different thumbnails. My lives versus my standard videos is a 1-to-4 ratio. Yeah. I wish that I got more live attention. Was my question offensive? No, there's Kitty Tick says good mohawk mostly requires learning which direction your hair grows and how heavy a product you need to lift it. Do you have curly hair? Do you have straight hair? There's a lot of variables. I started watching for trans news. Now I just hang out because I was you guys. I was you. My wallet is in my pocket and it doesn't need to be. Let's put that right over there. I remember being a normie viewer. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do to increase the views on the live shows. Because I don't want the titles to always be completely unrelated to what we're talking about, but sometimes the titles just don't slap. Like, I tried to title the show something that's actually related to what we're going to be talking about. Sometimes I'm not sure what to do with the title, so I'm just like, oh god, oh fuck, oh shit. And those tend to get a lot of clicks, interestingly enough. Like Demon Mama, in like a casual stream of hers, she gets like 300 viewers, and then she posts something about Xander Hall in the title, and she gets like 2,000 viewers. Man, I would love to be at that level. Like just a casual 300 to 500 viewers. I bet she makes so much money off of site donations. I referenced Demon Mama, by the way, because she is a similar genre streamer of a similar size to me. There's no point in me being like, oh gosh, if only I had the same number of viewers as Vosh. Like, Jesus Christ, we're very different streamers. The stream titled Listen is what caught my attention. Yeah. I have an important question. This has been a debate amongst me and my friends. What do you call this emoticon? The emoticon with the colon and the 3. I mean, I don't really call it anything. It doesn't have a name. Demon Mama's also a super genuine streamer, and that's kind of the appeal. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't focus on the amount of views, quality over quantity, babe. Yeah, no, I'm not like super hung up on it. It's just, it's nice to grow. And like, I'm literally about to go live in a place that has almost double the cost of living. That's the thing that sucks. If you want to live somewhere liberal, congratulations, you are now going to like pay twice as much money to have access to healthcare and like voting rights and shit, like, you know. So I do, it is my job. I do have to think about what am I doing that's making money. Like I've made $15 on this show and it's been 45 minutes. So hypothetically, if I don't get another donation, that's $15 an hour minus the PayPal fees and also the fact that I'm not immediately being taxed on that. You know, that's not terrible, but it's like not, it would not be, if something tragic happened between me and my partner after I've already moved to Oregon, I don't think I would be able to afford my own apartment. And I could afford my own apartment here, and I did. I say catface or colon 3 if I ever say the emoji out loud. Okay. I've always called it wub face, but nobody else I know calls it that. DM has a very specific energy she brings to the stream. I don't know how she keeps it up. Demon Mama with her fucking 8-hour streams. I don't understand it. I get so tired after like 4 hours. Maybe it's because I have POTS and I just get really fucking tired. Excuse me, but I don't get it. I also don't think that she has a stream schedule where she's like, I'm gonna do this twice a week. She sometimes goes like a week or two without streaming. $10 from Better Than Ember. Thank you so much for the dono. Said, Lux, gotta eat, you silly beans. It's true. I do gotta eat. I'm so on it with my budgeting and stuff. Brings us up to 25 for today's show. As always, don't forget, I will take off my hoodie and flex my muscles, my biceps. P&W living is stupid expensive. I make $21 an hour and I cannot survive without help from my wife and roommate. Ugh. DM will also like eat in the middle of streams and stuff. Okay, fair. I do feel like she does pause and rest her voice more often than I do. So maybe that's part of it as well. Oregon's weird in some ways, though. There's a bit of a cost of living, but most of our taxes come from payroll and income tax, which helps because then you aren't getting taxed everywhere you go. That might mean that my taxes are going to be even higher there. Listen, Kansas is fucking awful for income tax. Like, oh my God. Even on the years where like we pay extra in during the year, we still end up fucking owing Kansas for, it's so stupid. It's surreal to hear because I'd be moving from the Bay Area and living costs here are way lower than they are there. In the Bay Area? I think if your stream is the length of a work shift, then you have to take food breaks and voice rest. Yeah. Technically, after 2 hours, you're supposed to take a voice rest, which is why a lot of the time I'll take a little restroom break around the 2 hour mark, is to like give myself a solid 3 minutes of resting my voice. Not me seriously considering donating $100 just to mess with your math. No. Unemployed people don't donate. I will stab you, no. Portland has no sales tax. Yeah, I think in the entire state of Oregon, there's no sales tax, which is convenient for shopping, obviously. Washington has no income tax. Oh yeah, whatever you do, don't live in Washington and work in Oregon. You'll get sales tax in Washington and income tax in Oregon. Worst situation financially. Yeah, that's dumb. No state property tax either. That's county by county. Interesting. Do you stream on Twitch? I don't stream on Twitch. I have been recently considering if I should do the whole dual streaming thing. Or like, shit, I don't know. Maybe I could just do like short 1 to 2 hour long streams on Twitch where we do games or something. But I did consider at the beginning of... I just started doing this and was like, okay, I'm going to buckle down and start treating this like my career and just kind of fucking do it. I did consider doing the dual streaming to Twitch thing, but I was like, I already have a built-in audience here. So it just seemed like it didn't make as much sense to try to build an audience from the ground up when I already had like 29K here. What about vice versa? Yeah, live in Oregon, work in Washington. That would be the way to go, I guess. Gaming Luxander seems fun. We have done that on this show before, but yeah, we typically lose you know, we lose viewers when we switch to gaming at the end of a show. We did play a bunch of Cats Are Liquid, and I would love to finish that game because I have never finished doing that game. It's a cute one, too. If you want to get haters you can profit from, you should stream on Rumble. Yeah, let's not. And say we did. Restream makes streaming to 2 places easy enough. At least just a couple of hours it takes to set up Restream. Yeah, you do have to pay to get the watermark taken off of Restream. And I think that might have been an initial barrier as well, that I was like, I don't want to try to... I was like, at the time, I just didn't want to, you know, pay for something. Do you like survival games? Like what? What kind of survival? What if you invited trusted community members to hop on a Discord call and play a multiplayer game? That sounds bad. I can deal with large groups of people. You know, there's 85 people here. I can deal with all of you. That's fine. But if we get to like a more intimate setting, I fucking hate that shit. It's so difficult for me to do DMs or like to talk in friend Discord servers with like fewer than 20 people. Ugh. Gross. Minecraft, not a huge fan. I mean, sometimes I'll play Minecraft, but it's just never really sank in, never really stuck. I haven't been playing a lot of games lately. You know what? I'm gonna take off my hoodie because it's fucking really... I have a giant, like, it's like almost like 2 feet by... It's like 18 inches by 18 inches giant photography box light right here. So I'm just gonna take off my hoodie. My branded hoodie. Oh my god. Did you know that I have a merch website and that if you want one of these hoodies, it only costs like $35 plus shipping? Isn't that great? And then for the reveal. The reveal. Yeah. We also have the tank tops, which I finally got one. Drea, thank you for the tier 3 sub. That's very generous. Thank you. Said I finally found the sub button. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Let's see if that's a 1 month, then that puts us up to $35. I just like to say things in a funny accent sometimes. It's a nice tank top. Yeah, it is nice. Look at it. Look at it. It's got side boob action, so it's definitely a gym shirt that you wear you gotta wear a sports bra with it. There's girl ones, and there's boy ones. Wow. On my non-binary channel, you can get it's because of the style of cut. How proud of you? How proud are you of those biceps and the timbre of your voice? Good. I worked hard on these things. I grew them myself. I think the main purpose of Twitch casually having a cam on either making throwaway footage that doesn't take up storage or unintentionally capture good takes and incidents without thinking about it. Yeah, maybe. What's up, Ox? I would absolutely DM a one-shot D&D event. Listen, Viren, if you want to set up a one-shot D&D event, I would do D&D in the server. For sure. In the Discord server. Luxander, I want to see if Mama is as good at games as she is intimidatingly hot. Listen, using me to flirt. How dare you? I love D&D. Yeah, like I have a D&D group and we meet like every other Tuesday, but so far, like almost every single week, someone forgets that we're doing it, or we like originally, okay, I'm old. All right, I wake up at 7 to 8 o'clock every day, and I go to bed between like 10 and 12 at night, right? And I, like, whatever. I'm old, okay? This is part of why I look forward to changing time zones, because currently, like right now, like if I go to bed at 10, it's 8 o'clock for my friends on the West Coast. And some of my friends on the West Coast stay up until 12 or even 2 in the morning or whatever. Like sometimes I'll get direct messages from my friends at like 2 in the morning. Or it would be like it's date stamped for 4 in the morning. And I'm like, okay, this person was up until 2. And like, I just feel like it's the equivalent of me going to bed at 8 p.m. and it's the worst. So my D&D group, originally we were supposed to meet at 7 p.m. Like 7. And like we've got people in different time zones, whatever, right? And now it's been pushed back incrementally by 30 minutes twice, where we're like starting at 8 p.m. now, which again, sometimes I go to bed as early as 10. I'm so fucking tired by that point. And like nowadays, they also just chit chat and talk for 30 minutes. So last night, the game didn't even start until 8:30. And public service announcement. I just got my COVID booster. It was last year's booster, so it's not the newest juice, right? But the Bridge Access program is about to expire at the end of this month. So if you haven't gotten a COVID booster in the last 6 months and you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover the vaccine for some reason, go to a Walgreens or CVS or some kind of similar pharmacy. Use the Bridge Access program to get a free booster. Again, it's not going to be the newest updated one, but it will be free. Okay, I can't sleep the night after I get a COVID booster though. So like on Monday, yeah, you can link your GoFundMe, mama. On Monday, I got COVID booster and then I didn't sleep for shit Monday night. And then I had fucking D&D last night. So like we started at like 8:30 and then at like 9:15 I was like, guys, I'm too tired. I can't keep doing like I can't stay for the rest of this game. So yeah. Pretty normal for a D&D sesh. We also fuck around for 30 minutes before starting. Right. That would be fine if we started at 7 like we were originally supposed to. So I'm genuinely considering tapping out of the game, which is a huge bummer because I was really looking forward to it. We're just not doing, it's just not moving fast enough. And I don't know if I like everybody in the group enough to continue doing this for like a year and a half. I've never heard of that. Usually the booster knocks me out. Oh, it's because I can't sleep on the shoulder. The reason why it hurts is because it hurts, and I'm a side sleeper, and I'm also a flip-flopper. I'll start out the night on my right side, and then I'll go to my left side, and then my right side. It just hurts like a bitch, and so I can't sleep because I keep, like, waking up because it hurts after I roll over onto my left arm. We have some support for the gaming channel on Twitch. What is the right time of day to do gaming? And like, I don't want to do long streams. If I do stream on Twitch, I'm going to have to treat that like it's fun and not like it's part of my job because I'm not going to make very much money at it, at least at first. So what time? Like, what time should I do? Bye, mama. West Coast is best coast. I've heard this. Many people are saying. I've never been further west than Colorado. So this is going to be an exciting trip. Moving all the way to the coast. What if I just did like occasional Friday night gaming for 2 hours? I was looking at Baldur's Gate 3 analytics for myself, and 11 to 3 CST looked to be the highest views, but that was Twitch. Really? You don't have to do gaming as a thing? I mean, yeah, Twitch is just a very different environment. I don't know. But that's interesting. The like lunch hour, the lunch gap is where the highest views are. Late night after a COVID shot sounds like a perfect time to game. Yeah, it's just about working it into my schedule. I cook dinner every night that I don't stream. So, I'm also fucking I consider that part of my job basically. Like I work. That's how I save us a huge amount of money is that I buy all my food at like Walmart or other similarly cheap stores and like I cook 5 nights of the week, and the 2 nights that I don't cook, we still typically just eat in. Excuse me. Like we snack or whatever, eat tuna packets or, whatever's in the house. But like, yeah, I consider cooking to be part of like my job, and it's fucking tiring. Social permadeath, welcome to the website. Thank you so much. They say we're allowed to watch streams or hold on, what are you? Him. He says we're allowed to watch streams at work or at least have them on our phones, so lunch hour would make sense. Yeah, okay. I usually go to the gym. It sort of depends, I guess. Sometimes I go in the morning, sometimes I go in the afternoon. But I guess that would fit in like right before or right after I go to the gym. Restream aggregates the chats between platforms, so you get a unified chat between platforms. Oh, that would be convenient. You know what? It's like, honestly, if I just get Restream, then I can stream to Twitch and I don't have to think about it. Like, it wouldn't be any extra work. So, as long as it still works with Streamlabs, that would be incredible. I've opened a tab. I'll look into it after stream. 3 a.m. to 3 to 4 p.m. Central Time is the busiest, but also like 2 to 5 a.m. for some reason. I've noticed a similar thing with TikTok. TikTok, my stats show that I get like a bump at like 2 a.m. and it's very strange. Symbolic Noise says, it's always cheaper to cook your own food, and cooking is a bitch, but don't you love creating content? And cooking is content also? Fair. It's also a little love language. It's a little, hey, I'm getting you something. I made you something. I want you to have healthy food. I want you to have goodness. Like, I want you to live long. You send your stream to Restream just like you would to YouTube or Twitch, and it takes care of sending it to your chosen platforms. Yeah, I'll definitely have to see if it's integrated with Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is integrated with my website. Like the donations, for example. So it definitely has to keep that in. What if on the other channel you made prep videos for when you prep your rabbits and such for cooking? I've considered that. I have thought about it. Social Permadeath, thank you for the tier 1 sub. They said, from one trans Midwesterner to another. Appreciate you. Bacon wrapped apple chicken is the next thing I'm cooking. Been forever since I had it. Oh, that sounds incredible. I'm not going to go hunting rabbits until like October. I have been hunting rabbits, like I've gone a few times, but I haven't hardly even seen any, much less shot at and missed anything. But I'm gonna wait until after Renaissance Festival, because... Oh wait, why is your name still white? Why? You did just do a tier 3 sub, didn't you? What? But I'm just gonna wait until the, until sunrise is a little later, because sunrise is really early right now. It says Drea has not subscribed. Why? That's so strange. Can you reset your chat? Like reload the website, Drea? I don't know that I'm going to be able to do much during the stream to fix that, but that's definitely weird. I saw your tier 3 sub. It came in earlier. But yeah, sunrise is too early right now for me to hunt rabbits, so I'm gonna wait. I've had that happen and it changed when I refreshed the page. Yeah, refresh the website page real quick and see if that'll... It might be a white leaf issue. I've seen people sub and not get the name change before. It's worked every other time today. That's so strange. I've been meaning to get in touch with White Nervosa anyway, because the front of my website still says, like, under construction. It's been, like, 2 years. Man. I'll write down a note so that I remember to message or put a ticket in the White Leaf server so that I'll message her after. Where the fuck is my pen? Threw my pen on the floor earlier today. Drea. Sub. Okay. Yeah, I know. I tried to upload those and I could not. You've also got Vash's logos for your tier 4. Yeah, tier 2 through 4 subcategories on the sub page. I know. It's because Vash's website is like the blueprint by which White Nervosa makes the other websites. And yeah, for some reason I just could not upload other pictures. It even took a while for it to be able to change the first one, and I just fucking forgot about it. Oh, jeez. I have a knack for coming across hares in the evening, no matter where I live. I find them where I'm walking or living. Hares are so freaky, aren't they? Like you jackrabbits. You've got, like, rabbits. There's a meme for this. It's like, rabbits, like, oh, they're so cute and they're fluffy and they're innocent and they know nothing. And then you see a fucking jackrabbit or a hare and it's like, I've seen into eternity. Like, why? They're so weird. Anywho. Yeah, they're so intense for no reason. I don't understand. Anyway. 79 viewers, 87 likes. Let's creep up to 100 likes today, maybe. Hares are born with their eyes open. They really have seen insanity. Tornado outbreak is building up in eastern Kansas, eastern Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri right now. Oh. Is there like a tornado warning? Or a tornado watch or something? Yeah, it's like supposed to rain tonight, I think, here in the Midwest. But is it looking like there might be a tornado storm tonight? It's August. This tornado season is just never ending. Yeah, this is really late in the year for tornado season. Submitting my passport application tomorrow. Good going. I still haven't gotten my fucking passport. I actually got all the paperwork together at one point. And then I just never fucking got the process going. Need to get professional pictures taken and everything too. Mesoscale discussion is currently considering issuing tornado watches. Ooh. It's insane how climate change is affecting weather, and Republicans are still like, nah. Yeah, my partner and I were just talking about, you know, did it used to get this hot when we were kids? And he was like, I feel like I didn't pay attention to the numbers of how hot it was getting during the summer. And I was like, yeah, but I felt like you could be outside and it wasn't this bad, like this overwhelmingly bad. But maybe it's just because we were young kids and we could tolerate it better or something. But there's definitely less snow, because you know my ass was sitting in front of the fucking TV at 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting, looking at the scroll bar across the bottom, the lower third, waiting to see if my school district had a snow day. And there's just like less snow now. CVS does passport photos. Well, that's good to know. It did not used to get this hot for us as... Yeah, like, I do... Both by the numbers and by the feels, it has gotten worse. For those of you watching on YouTube, can you tell me what the vibe is as far as how frequently the ads are popping up? Because it's an automated process right now. And not every viewer gets an ad every time it triggers, but I just want to make sure that it's not overwhelming. If you're watching on the website, there's no ads. No ads play on the website. It's not just you. I could be outside all day in the summer when I was a kid. We were even just fine in my grandmother's house with no AC. Mm-hmm. You're going to love having 4 seasons again. We do have seasons here. You know? Later, Hella. No ads for me so far. Wow. Bummer. Okay. I think it's it does it like every 5 minutes or something. I don't know how often it does. Kansas might be getting less snow, but up north we're getting the extremes on both ends. 103 degrees earlier this week and waist-high snow this winter. Ugh. Ugh. We do have winter. Like, it definitely gets cold, and it does snow usually at least once. But yeah, and then the summers are fucking hot. I guess, you know, I feel like autumn and spring get shorter, and the summer is getting longer. I got a new pair of pliers. They're for fishing. They're my fishing pliers. Been missing fall the past few years. Feels like it doesn't really happen. Yeah, genuinely, what I need in the fall, I need like a cold, wet period of time. I'm sincerely missing out on having like the rainy season. I guess I'm about to get more rainy season than I'm bargaining for after we move. But, you know, for the time being, summer just extends all the way into fucking October now. And then it's winter in November. We almost never got 100-degree days here in Portland when I was a kid. Now they're fairly regular in summertime. Mm-hmm. Everywhere is going to get it at least a little bit. I don't think there's anywhere that's like completely immune. My 4-year streak has ended and I got COVID. Ugh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Knox. We are in the middle of a giant COVID spike that might continue to get more giant, which is really unfortunate. And Just because you're sick right now doesn't mean that you have immunity from getting sick again in 4 weeks. So there's a mesoscale discussion to issue a tornado watch for Des Moines, Garden City, Omaha, Platteville, Osage, Council Grove, McPherson, Manhattan, Emporia, Osage, Ottawa, and Kansas City. So cool. I'm going to sleep through a tornado watch tonight. I'm apparently allergic to Paxlovid. That sucks. You can still reduce your viral load by using mouthwash with CPC and xylitol nose spray, though. And if you put up a Corsi Rosenthal filter in the same room that you're in all the time, then it will reduce the amount of virus that you're breathing back in. So even if you're sick and you can't get Paxlovid, there are things you can do to help yourself get over it faster. What's also wild is having noticed the difference in coastal erosion in South Louisiana from when I was a kid. Look up real map of Louisiana to see how crazy it is. Yeah, right? Like it's not necessarily that the sea level is rising, but rather that the weather conditions there are just eroding the coastline. Is this really what it's like now? I'm sure that has to be like occasional. Is that just occasional flooding? Or is that just what it is all the time now? Wait. I'm seeing this like same map over and over again. I'm doing okay, just really stuffed up. Yeah, I still recommend that you do everything you can to reduce your viral load because obviously COVID uses all of your cells to replicate itself. So you could still end up with like permanent heart damage, even if your respiratory symptoms are pretty mild. That's just what... Really? This is just what it is all the time now in Louisiana? You have like new lakes practically. I know that that's not what it actually... Well, I guess this part could be like a lake. But wow, what? That's crazy. Lydia Get Ridia. Excellent name. Welcome to the website. There's another COVID med on the market. I can't remember what it's called. I have seen some recent discussion that the same kind of prep that is used to help you prevent you from contracting HIV could also be used as a preventative for COVID. And like also one of the antiviral medications that gets used for HIV positive people can help with cases of long COVID. But I'm not sure if those medicines have been like officially approved or not for the use of COVID treatment. Anyway, keep in mind that a lot of Louisiana is like wetlands and such that are often misrepresented as land to begin with. Yeah, you're not going to build anything here. Like some games have like swamp area and it's like you can't build anything there. I found someone online, the Smiling Friends Facebook chat, and she said in Brazil it's 100 degrees some days and 40 Fahrenheit the next day. This is something that's really interesting. During these heat waves, and I've been looking in like the Willamette Valley, there are heat waves happening during the summer where it's like 90 to 100 degrees. And it's the same temperatures here, but in Oregon it cools down into the 50s at night. And here it only cools down into like the 70s at night. So we don't meaningfully cool down overnight. Combination of many factors causing it, but among them is the oil and gas pipelines plus restriction of the flow of the Mississippi River. Yeah, like that causing basically like flooding. Fun. Climate change is everywhere. We get more earthquakes here when it's hot. Oh gosh. Mm. It's a weather thing that has to do with large bodies of water. The further you are from a large body of water, the less things cool during the night. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so if you're close to the coast, then you're just getting like a cool air over water at night thing. Interesting. Erosion because of the restriction of the Mississippi River. Some of the pipelines are causing salt and fresh water to mix, killing off the grasses holding the soil together. Ugh. When will people learn? Soil is you need grass to prevent erosion of the soil. You need plants in general. There was a 4.4 earthquake just north of LA on Monday. Jiminy Christmas. You guys. Ooh, we're almost at 100 likes for today, and we are still fucking around, and we haven't even gotten to the news part. Haven't even gotten to the news part. Might still wait a minute to get to the news part, because I love faffing, you know? I love shooting the shit with you guys and just sort of talking about whatever. I love being a lazy bitch. It's kind of what it comes down to. Eastern Oregon is technically rated as a desert. It has much more mild weather. Yeah, but that's where the fires are. There's definitely fires in the eastern part of Oregon. That's where the shit happens. Can't even imagine the weather cycle you have in the US. In the UK, it's so timid by comparison. Yeah, you are all... It's like kind of the same weather all the time. Rainy and unpleasant is generally the impression I have of the UK. Gotta go for therapy. Bye. I love when you guys are like, I have to leave for therapy. I'm like, yes! Get it. Get out there. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to being done with therapy. I've been constantly in therapy for like 4.5 years. And when I get done doing this like really intensive, horrendous exposure therapy, once I fix my trauma from 2 years ago, I am probably gonna stop going to therapy, I think, because I just don't really need it for the day-to-day stuff that much right now. I posted a weather simulation for your area, Kansas City, in the Discord. Oh boy, where? In general, chat? Where? There's too many channels. I'm gonna start killing channels on here. Okay, I'm opening the pictures. We have a storm watcher in the chat, like a storm chaser in the chat, who enjoys giving us heads up about the weather, which is always nice. So, oh god, these pictures are huge. So the blue lines are the state lines. So this is Kansas right here. This is Nebraska. This is Iowa. This is Missouri. And then this is the same map, but zoomed out more. And then this is like a further projection into the later part of the night. So it's like dun 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 dun. Tornadoes coming for Kansas City. Okay. I love how this map has the has the interstates. It just, I don't know why. It makes me laugh. What's Lux's Discord? Well, there's a link in the description since you're on the YouTube chat. You can join up in the Discord in the links in the chat. Or sorry, not in the chat, the description. The doobly-doo. Links in the doobly-doo. If you're on the website and you want to join the Discord, there's a link up top here. Pizza ad? Ooh. Pizza. Love pizza. Sometimes on Wednesdays we do pizza, but not super often. A lot of the time I just get off stream and immediately just start like shoveling. So my cholesterol was high. Well, high-ish when I recently got my cholesterol tested. So I'm like handful of nuts and like salad, and yeah, I just try to stuff my face with as much fiber and protein as I can right now. Mick, welcome in to the show. Maybe you should keep your phone on while you sleep so you can get weather alerts. Yeah, sure, fair enough. I do keep my phone on at night, but it's also always on Do Not Disturb because fucking God, I hate when that little square makes noises at me. Excuse me. I wish I could order pizza, but not enough money for that right now. Yeah. It's definitely... There's a reason why we don't order out very much, and it's because it's fucking expensive. I hardly ever order delivery, even if I do order out. Like, I'm more... This is one of the great things about drinking less alcohol, too, is I can go buy dinner if we're really having, like, a nobody's feeling like cooking kind of night. But yeah. Gotta save that money. This storm is going to be gnarly as hell. It's the kind of strong storm we see in the spring. It's wild that we're seeing it this late in the year. I swear to God, if storms like this fuck up my Renaissance Festival, I'm going to be so mad. We've got 2 weeks. I've tagged Zypation in on Baby Baton, so I get to type again. Hi. What's up, kitty? It's a rectangle, but not a square. Listen. It's whatever I say it is, okay? What if I just cut my phone in half right now and made it into a square? I need to learn to cook better. Oof. I'm not bad at cooking, but I also, last year, I jumped on a Black Friday sale and I spent $25 for an annual subscription to an app that tells me, basically, like, what to do. It tells me the exact steps that I need to accomplish. I'm about to have a few years where I have to cook whether I feel good or not. I say, I do have a couple of fun pre-prep options like homemade pizza pockets and stuff. Ooh, that sounds fun. Millennials killed the cookbook industry. I think I have a couple of cookbooks over here, but they were like gifts. I think one of them is like 100 things to do with ramen. And another one is like, I have a book that just says Thai on the front. So I'm going to make an educated guess that that's a cookbook. Yeah, I don't have a lot of cookbooks. Yeah, who needs a book when you have the internet in your pocket? I have the internet in your pocket. I can answer any question I ever need at any time. I'm actually curious now. Hold on. Does my Encyclopedia of Country Living have any recipes in it? My giant book that I recently got. Okay, let me look in the front here. Let's, like, look at the chapters and stuff. Are there recipes? Is there recipes? Okay, this is chapter 1. Where... Okay, here's the table of contents. I don't know if there's any actual recipes in here. There's like obviously a bunch of stuff about food preservation. But yes, it's truly, this is an eldritch tome. It's so big. Look at how big this is compared to my dome. Like, so much shit in here. I'm gonna look in the appendix. Or the index? Recipes? Recipe. Do you have any of those? Okay, it doesn't have the word recipe in the index. Maybe there's like individual recipes in various parts of the book, but it seems like there's not like a recipe section. Okay, now I've pulled that out and I can't put it back in. Ah, giggity. Okay. I'm now to the point where with baking where I know when the dough is good by looking at it and its texture. It's a fun level up point. Do need to reacquire my books because I will be ready if our friendly internet ever takes a break for a year. And I'm at a point now where I have like a set of recipes that I can kind of pick from and I don't really need to look and see. And I know enough cooking basics that I can kind of just make shit up occasionally. I'm just having so much fun playing with my pliers. It's such a fidget toy. Pliers. I haven't had crepes in forever. Hey, we got a $10 donation on the GoFundMe earlier, which I will add to this thing. By the way, if any of you ever get like more than 1 month tier subscription, it doesn't tell me that unless I go check out my PayPal. It just says tier 1 or whatever. So if you get like a 3-month tier 1 sub, I have no idea unless you tell me. I can make bread and cookies without a cookbook. What else do I really need to know a recipe for? I know what basic seasonings taste good together, and I just season how I feel that night. True. Yeah. Amen. Angelica, welcome to the YouTube chat. And Willow, do we just get a new group of people in? Hello. Welcome in. I was considering looking at what all I have left today for the show. If you didn't catch it earlier, I am still running my GoFundMe because my partner's going to have to buy his own power tools to continue doing construction work when we move. So any amount of money that we can get and save is welcome. My ex took the paprika when she moved out, and I didn't realize how much I needed it. Listen, the paprika. Welcoming in people like an Evie Lupine video. I don't know that I've actually watched Evie Lupine. She's neat, though. Ooh, pop an English muffin in the toaster and only half toast it. Then pop it in the frying pan, crack an egg on it, and let it seep in. Ooh, that seems yummy. What a terrible thing for your ex to steal. Stealing the paprika. Like, I need that. Paprika is an undervalued, amazing spice. I feel like especially smoked paprika, you know, regular paprika is fine, but the smoked paprika is, you know, it's a convenient way to add that nice smoky flavor to stuff. And, you know, a little bit of color. If it's not smoked, I kind of don't understand the point of paprika. Personal opinion. Okay, so for the news for today, y'all, are you ready? For the news today, obviously we're going to talk about J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk being, I think it's being sued, or is it criminal charges? I don't know. We'll look into it and we'll figure it out. Because Iman Khalif, like, is starting a case around the cyberbullying, cyber harassment that they imposed on her. And what else did I have today? I was thinking we could watch a video from, there's a person that, okay, I saw this on Twitter. Yeah. Apparently someone, one person with long COVID has been officially diagnosed with immune deficiency from COVID. Basically, like, it's the first person to have been actually diagnosed with COVID-induced AIDS. And I want to watch that because I want to be like, haha, told you so. I've been saying this shit for like over a year. I signed up with YouTube Premium, could not stand the ads. I am a purveyor, or like I'm a user and a purveyor of YouTube Premium. I like to play YouTube videos with the screen off. Honestly, I think that I, as a creator, shouldn't have to fucking pay for YouTube Premium. I feel like that should just be included in my I'm a creator on the platform. But whatever, Susan. But yeah, you know, there's the downloads list. You can listen to music on YouTube. It's definitely convenient. I used to go for walks and I would just like download a couple of YouTube videos. Like I would listen to like a Vosh video or something. Oh, my cat's throwing up. That's great. Creators get a small cut of your premium sub. Yeah, so how it works is basically I get YouTube Premium money based on how much watch time I get from premium subscribers. So I still get paid. I actually might even get paid more than just from ads. I haven't actually looked at it in a while. Oh, earlier I was gonna look at the analytics and see how many viewers watch the live streams versus the... Oh, come on, get off of there. Get off of there. Get off of there. Why are you doing this to me? Please stop. Okay, so... What? Why? Where? Where is this thing that I need? Okay, yeah, so here's a fun little thing. I can actually see what ratio of people watch... okay, so this is looking at videos on live right here. Between videos and live, 80% of my viewers watch the videos only, and 4% of my viewers watch the lives only, and 16% of you watch both. I can also compare this to other metrics, like videos to shorts. 85% of my viewers watch videos only, 3% of my viewers watch shorts only, and 12% watch both. And then, oh, actually, wow, this is an interesting split. Between lives and shorts, 53% watch lives only, 31% watch shorts only, and 16% watch both. So if that tells you anything, like because we were talking about like between my live shows versus my channel videos, I still do need to dedicate a lot of attention to my channel videos because those get like way more viewers. Like 80% of viewers watch the videos only. And then, yeah, I was just now gonna look up like how much of my revenue comes from YouTube Premium. So if we're looking at the last 28 days, I got 50% of my income from watch page ads. And this is just on the YouTube backend. This doesn't include like website donations or anything. But I got 50% of my income from watch page ads and 33% of my income from YouTube premium viewers, and then 13% from super chat. So that's cool. Cat puke is not fun, especially if you have carpet. He manages to puke on the couch pretty much every time. But I did recently just put a blanket over the couch thing, so I can just throw the blanket in the wash. I stepped in my cat's puke the other day. Yum! One time, I stepped on half a dead mouse. Because our cat, Deegan the Mighty, we used to live on kind of like a farm situation, sort of. And Deegan the Mighty would eat mice. But only the top half. And he would leave the bottom half on the floor. And like at the time I was waking up early, like sometimes I would be up before the sun rose, and so I'm like walking around in complete darkness and just step on the lower half of a dead mouse. Yay! Yeah, leftovers. Yeah, those he thoughtfully left those for me. Horrendous. But at least we didn't have that many mice. Gotta think it big brain. I think he also once caught like a baby mole. That's why he was called Deegan the Mighty. Because he was the mighty hunter. You can tell he didn't think that we needed to be taught how to hunt, because he didn't ever bring us a live one. He just ate them himself. Lux, tell your cat that leftovers should be put in the fridge. You know what? I'll get a Ouija board and I'll tell him that. I hate getting rejected by Google AdSense because something, quote, influences elections, and then on the free version before a video starts, I'm hit with an advert of Charlie Kirk or PragerU. Oh, are you having a hard time monetizing your channel? That sucks. I got mine in like a really long time ago, so I'm gratefully kind of grandfathered in. Hey! Hey! Come see me. I need to get a new recording of the please like and subscribe because I fixed the audio. Come here, baby. Are you licking plastic? Is that your favorite thing? Mr. Baby. He loves licking plastic. Ugh. Okay. I'm not showing you his bort hole. I'm sorry, that was not the intention. I'm not trying to show you the bort hole. Hi, baby. Hi. Mitternacht and I are here to ask you to hit like on the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe. Click the bell if you feel like it. You don't have to, though. And feel free to check out the other links in the description because I sell merch like this cute tank top. And I'm running a GoFundMe to try to move 2,000 miles across the country to a place where I have rights. And I have a Patreon where you can get some free content, but mostly exclusive content. He's smashing his face against my face. There we go. Now I have a little recording. Are you gross? Yeah? Yeah? You sweet baby. I think you're a sweet baby, even if you did just puke all over the couch. Did you puke on the couch? Hmm? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. He's literally like just smushed against me right now. Okay? I'll put you down. No, you see, no, I can't put you down if you get the claws out. Okay? You have to let me put you down. You can't get yourself down because you will destroy everything. Come here, let go of me. Can you let go? Can you let go? Thank you. Oh no. Okay. We did it. We dismounted. Nobody got hurt. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he weighs like 17 pounds. Oh, man, my forearm hurts from holding him up. Cat hair in my eyeballs. Ugh. His bort hole, yeah. You know? Trying not to show off the bort hole. Definitely have slightly smudged glasses. That's okay. We'll just deal with it. They never want to meow into the mic. Are you still over here? Hi. What do you want? He's over here. He's like, he's going. Brrr. I'm like, what do you want from me? I can't help you. I'm just gonna pick you up again. He's a weirdo. Getting cats up is easy. Getting them down again is, yeah. It's like you start to, you shift toward like you're gonna put the cat down. And then they scramble and they're like, ah! And they try to get down before you're ready and blood ensues. Blood, 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 blood. Tim Walz has agreed to debate JD Vance. I don't know that that would or could be a thing, but I'm definitely going to watch that whenever it happens. He stated a willingness to do so, but I don't know if JD Vance is going to do it because it kind of seems like JD Vance is not the strongest candidate. So... Andel Angel Salazar, who's Chi-Chi from Scarface, died. That sucks. I also just heard that the voice actor, the original voice actor for Misty from Pokemon just passed away. I guess I really only had those two stories prepared, but you all submitted stuff in the Discord. So there might be other stuff in the stream recommendations channel. Those might be the only things I touch on today, though. I know JD Vance is weird. What a weirdo. Okay, this thing might be worth talking about. The lady who voiced Misty was only 46 years old. It was cancer. Yeah. That's why you gotta be careful about catching COVID, because that shit's oncogenic. Yeah, my cat is a unit. It's true. As a cis guy, I'm very aware that I don't have the worst of it, but compared to other recovering Harry Potter fans, but seeing J.K. Rowling go from a beloved author from my childhood to a dyed-in-the-wool Nazi sympathizer is nuts. Yeah! Isn't it crazy? It's so fascinating. Like, you could write whole books on the psychology of her downfall. Very funny. Oh, let's really briefly talk about this thing, because it's like a good news thing, but I also am not going to do like a proper segment about it, so we'll just chit-chat about it for a few minutes. Apparently, we've found like actual liquid water on Mars. What? Reservoir of liquid water found deep in Martian rocks. The discovery comes from analysis of data from NASA's InSight lander, which took a seismometer with it to Mars. What? What? Scientists have discovered a reservoir of liquid water on Mars deep in the rocky outer crust of the planet. The findings come from a new analysis of data from NASA's Mars InSight lander, which touched down on the planet back in 2018. The lander carried a seismometer, which recorded 4 years' worth of vibrations, or Mars quakes, from deep inside the red planet. Analyzing those quakes and exactly how the planet moves revealed, quote, seismic signals of liquid water. Isn't that crazy? While there is water frozen at the Martian poles and evidence of vapor in the atmosphere, this is the first time liquid water has been found on the planet. InSight's scientific mission ended in December 2022 after the lander sat quietly listening to the, quote, pulse of Mars for 4 years. In that time, the probe recorded more than 1,300 Mars quakes. You can't call them earthquakes, can you? And by measuring how fast seismic waves travel, scientists worked out what material they are most likely to be moving through. Professor Michael Manga from the University of California, Berkeley, he said, these are actually the same techniques we use to prospect for water on Earth or to look for oil and gas. The analysis revealed reservoirs of water at depths of about 6 to 12 miles in the Martian crust. Lead researcher Dr. Vashon Wright says understanding the Martian water cycle is critical for understanding the evolution of the climate, surface, and interior. Professor Manga added that the water was, quote, the most important molecule in shaping the evolution of a planet, and he said that this finding answers a big question of where did all the Martian water go? Because, yeah, the surface of Mars apparently has a bunch of channels and ripples showing that in previous ancient times there were rivers and lakes on the surface. And it's interesting. Yeah, so for the past 3 billion years, it's been a desert. And apparently some of the water was lost to space when Mars lost its atmosphere. But much like here on Earth, a lot of the water is underground. And there's no reason for that not to be the case on Mars, too. Terrifying. Terrifying Martian wilderness. Oh, okay, so confirmed there's a debate between Tim Walz and J.D. Vance on October 1st. Oh, okay. What day of the week is that? That is a Tuesday. Okay. Rockwater, indeed. I posted a suggestion in the chat about monkeypox. Yeah, I did just see news about monkeypox today. Apparently it's spreading a lot in like in like Africa, right? Didn't J.K. Rowling engage in some Holocaust denial at some point fairly recently? What she did was basically deny that trans people were persecuted during the Holocaust, which is not like, some people don't consider that outright Holocaust denial. But if you deny like any aspect of the victimization in the Holocaust, yeah, it is considered like academically a form of Holocaust denial. So the general populace might not consider it so, but yeah, according to the people who define what genocide is and what Holocaust denial is, she did a Holocaust denial, and we did a video about it back at that time when it happened. It feels like it was 10 years ago at this point, but yes, it was fairly recent. The desire to pinch my nose with the pliers is just out of this world. Ugh. Oh God, is there new evidence that monkeypox is airborne? Because it was like a tactile disease, right? Do it. Do it. I mean, it's a good thing that I wear a fucking mask everywhere I go. I feel like a lot of the discourse around the Holocaust is about Jewish people, despite there being other folks the Nazis went after. I know they were the main ones, but they weren't the only ones. Right. Yeah, some people are like, no, the word Holocaust only describes what happened to Jewish people, and it's like, no, the word that you're looking for is the Shoah. If you're looking for the word of like specifically the genocide against Jewish people, perpetrated by the Nazis, the word you're looking for is Shoah. It's wild how many new potential catastrophic pandemics we're looking down the barrel of. First of all, we're still currently, it's summertime, and we are in the middle of like the biggest summer wave of COVID that we've had, possibly, or like this one has the potential to be the biggest, depending on when exactly this video goes live on the channel. And I've also been keeping tabs on the bird flu situation, because it's obvious that bird flu is impacting numerous other species of animals, including cows, which means, you know, so first of all, with the bird flu, be careful. You need to cook your eggs all the way through. I've been missing soft-boiled eggs so much, but it's not safe. So yeah, okay, eggs, chicken, be careful. And I also, like, I've started buying oat milk instead of regular milk, because there has been virus of bird flu found, maybe not live virus. It's been a minute since I've seen any news about this. But anyway, dairy products, beef, also potentially unsafe. And now we're starting to see more information coming out about monkeypox, which I'm sure that lots of you heard of monkeypox when it kind of flared like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And at that time, it was starting to get that same association of like, oh, this is something that's passing around the gay community. But that was a selection bias, because when gay people notice that they're having like skin problems, they go get checked out, because AIDS causes skin lesions. HIV-induced AIDS causes skin lesions. So yeah, of course the gay community is looking out for that stuff. But because the gay community cracked down, got vaccinated, they were keeping track of spread and everything, it kind of died down. It seemed like it was dying down. But now we're seeing news again about Mpox, and I'm like learning some of this stuff right now because I haven't been really looking into this very closely. But this is a graphic from the World Health Network, and it says, okay, why should I care about monkeypox? Monkeypox is a painful disease and sickness which lasts for 2 to 4 weeks, which can lead to blindness, brain inflammation, scarring, and in some cases, death. The most severe cases are in children and pregnant and immunocompromised people. Who can get infected? Monkeypox can infect anyone, including women and children. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. Is monkeypox limited to men having sex with men? No. Is monkeypox transmitted only by sex? No. Yeah, because originally we were seeing that it was being passed by skin-to-skin contact. Although there may be brand new news today that this disease, which again, it just said it can lead to blindness, brain inflammation, scarring, and in some cases death, might be airborne. So we might be looking at, you know, part of the reason why we've been looking at bird flu is that it has a risk of, once it starts, because you can like get sick from being around cows who have it, for example. And then if you have respiratory symptoms, you could potentially then spread it human to human. We have not yet seen that, I don't believe, human to human transmission of bird flu, but that's like the point at which it becomes like another capital P problem pandemic situation. So we're looking at this with monkeypox too, apparently. The solution is obvious. I'm never going outside again. Listen, 3M Aura masks, CPC mouthwash, xylitol nasal spray. Boom, you can still live your life. Are you saying I have to stop making my famous salmonella surprise? I know. I'm such a bummer. I always have to break the bad news. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so be on the lookout for the early symptoms. Early symptoms may include fever, general weakness, swollen lymph nodes, and headache. A few days later, a rash develops with pus-filled blisters, which can appear on the face, trunk, extremities, palms, soles, genitals, anus, and inside the mouth. So basically everywhere. Basically, it can be on your entire body. How can I become infected? Physical contact, especially but not exclusively with the rash. Contact with contaminated clothing, bedding, towels, or objects/surfaces. Breathing air that's contaminated by infected people exhaling or by shaking contaminated items. So, shit. I already spray down everything at the gym. I don't know that there's anything else I can do. I already spray everything with sanitizer at the gym. Man, this is stupid. How do I protect myself in shared/public spaces? Avoid crowded spaces, don't share food or drinks, don't touch surfaces that may be contaminated, and wear a high-quality N95 mask or even better, like a P100. How do I disinfect surfaces and hands? Disinfect surfaces with 70% alcohol or diluted bleach, 1 tablespoon per gallon, so which would be 1 tablespoon per 4 liters of water. For hands, use 70% alcohol. Soap washes but does not disinfect. Like antibacterial soap does not help with viral illnesses. It can wash it off of your hands, but it will not sanitize it. That's what hand sanitizer is for. What if I have symptoms? Stay home and isolate. Seek testing immediately. If infected, let your close contacts know and get medical advice. If you're taking care of an infected person, wear gloves, mask, N95 or better, goggles, gown, and booties. It's straight up like wear BSL-3 pathogen level protection here. Do not share food, drinks, utensils, towels, beds, or bedding. Try to get the Jynneos vaccine. Carefully launder clothing, towels, bedding, and bedding safely, i.e. while you're handling those things, wear a mask, glove, and goggles. Avoid shaking the laundry. Avoid skin contact. Collect in a plastic bag and wash using bleach or other disinfectants as directed. So I did not expect that monkeypox was going to be airborne. Apparently, the Toronto Public Health has urged eligible residents to get vaccinated against Mpox because local cases are arising. So in the continental North America, we have more monkeypox showing up. The World Health Organization has declared monkeypox a global emergency because it's airborne and can lead to serious issues and death. Of course, some people are already be like, don't comply. Wow. Oh, great. Yeah, we love the CDC doing this thing. So apparently the CDC is saying, get the vaccine if you are a gay, bisexual, or other same gender-loving man who has sex with men, or are transgender, gender non-binary, or gender diverse, and in the last 6 months you have had or expect to have one or more sexually transmitted infections, more than one sexual partner or anonymous sexual or intimate contact, sex at a commercial sex venue, sex in association with a large public event in a geographic area where Mpox transmission is occurring. Are you trying to say to me that if you're a straight person and you're doing all these things, you don't need to get vaccinated? Jesus Christ, dude. Man. It's pretty annoying that they're probably not even going to make it available. Like I am gender diverse, but I'm monogamous, so I don't know if they would even bother to give it to me if I asked. Yeah, we're doing the It's a Queer People disease again. Congratulations. Yeah, who expects to get STIs? Yeah, I'm pox gender. I identify as having the plague. And yeah, I guess there are people who, like, the serious failure of public health that has happened over COVID means that people learned that bird flu was circulating and that it could be in milk, and people were like, yeah, I'm gonna go out of my way to buy raw milk, like unpasteurized milk that is more likely to have viruses and other shit in it. Like, that's the place that we're at right now, is let's go infect ourselves on purpose, or we will never comply, we won't wear masks. I guess the one good thing about that is that, like, a lot of Republican voters are just gonna die, and so that'll affect the future elections. But, like, that a lot of people are gonna get, like, sideswiped by this. They're just gonna be catching strays. When the disease with the potential to wipe out billions of people hits, we are so screwed. Listen, this is why I want to go live in the woods. I want to be away from everybody because, yeah, like, we have not seen human-to-human spread of bird flu yet, I don't think. But now we have COVID everywhere. There's also, like, RSV and now monkeypox. Airborne. Airborne. Apparently newborn babies are catching monkeypox in overcrowded hospitals. This post here says, instead of trending the news that the WHO has declared a public health emergency around monkeypox, Twitter is instead trending trolls and disinformation about it. Yeah, because do not comply is trending, I guess. And for some fucking reason, James Charles is trending for me. I remember seeing homophobes mocking monkeypox. Yeah. Meanwhile, you'll see, like, I remember during the previous time that monkeypox was, like, a conversation that we were having, I saw someone take a picture of, like, what looked like a very heterosexual guy wearing basketball shorts on the tube, just with, like, a giant rash all over his legs. Like, yeah, I'm just casually hanging out on the subway with my giant fucking lesions. This post says 7 important instructions to prevent monkeypox. Avoid close contact with individuals showing symptoms. Don't touch skin lesions or rashes. Wash hands frequently with soap and water. Use personal protective equipment like masks and gloves. Avoid sharing bedding towels or clothing. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Avoid contact with infected animals if animal transmission is suspected. I'm not going to click any of these, but apparently if you want to zoom in a little bit, there's some pictures there of what the lesions look like. Awful. Contrarianism is so annoying. Seriously, child mentality, just saying, nuh-uh, you can't tell me what to do, with no critical evaluation of why people say things. Right. When the experts are like, yo, you should wear a mask, it's crazy that these people are like, government trying to control me. The same people who are like, I don't trust the government, like, that's part of the reason you could say to wear a mask is to protect your identity in public. But these people are like, nope, I instead want to raw dog the air and be on camera at all times as soon as I leave my house. I feel like this is like the early stage of Plague Inc. Like, we've just realized that the virus is spreading, and by then it's already in dozens of countries, you know? Like, I'm just looking at this post right here that says the World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox outbreaks in Africa are a global emergency, with cases confirmed among children and adults in more than a dozen countries, and a new form of the virus is spreading. Like, this is the point in the Plague Inc. game where the original country that you started in is like fully red, and you've spread to like dozens of other countries. That's where we're at right now. Because yeah, like, as soon as there are enough noticeable cases in somewhere like Africa, it's already everywhere. Like it's already on airplanes, it's already on ships, it's already traveling all over. On the bright side, tons of people were caught on January 6th precisely because of mask derangement syndrome. I guess that's fair. What's up, Somnio? I will never understand not wanting to prioritize health over don't tell me what to do, you're not my real dad. I think that those folks genuinely think that we're overblowing, like that we're overstating the harm. That like, oh, even if this, like, first of all, they think the virus is fake. Second of all, if they grant that the virus is real, it's no big deal. Like, whatever, I caught it and it was just a little cough, cough. I don't know. It seems like that is the mentality behind this. Like, that we're trumping up the disease, like the harmful effects of the disease, because of wanting some kind of control over people. But like, we live in a country right now where mask bans are passing. Nassau County in New York just, I think today, as of recording this, passed their mask ban. Like, can you imagine going back to a time where we had mask mandates? I don't think that shit's ever gonna happen again. They said that monkeypox is in Africa, Australia, and parts of the UK so far. Yeah, I clicked on this because I wanted to see. There are currently more than 500 deaths from Mpox. The Africa CDC previously said that Mpox, also known as monkeypox, has been detected in 13 countries this year, and that more than 96% of all cases and deaths are in Congo, which is where there's a genocide happening, and it's very difficult to control disease spread when you're living in those conditions. Cases are up 160% and deaths are up 19% compared with the same period last year. So far, there have been more than 14,000 cases and 524 people have died. Okay, hold on. I need the calculator. So that's like a almost 4% death rate. Almost 4%. It's 0.037. So it's like a 3.7% rate of death following confirmed cases. Yeah, during the 2022 Mpox outbreak, which affected more than 70 countries, fewer than 1% of people died, compared to this current strain, which we're seeing 3 to 4% of people dying. Officials at the Africa CDC said nearly 70% of cases in Congo are in children younger than 15, who also accounted for 85% of deaths. Wow. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, I can't say the words, don't fucking come at me, said officials were facing several outbreaks of Mpox in various countries with, quote, different modes of transmission and different levels of risk. The UN Health Agency said Mpox was recently identified for the first time in 4 East African countries, namely Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. All of those outbreaks are linked to the one in Congo. In the Ivory Coast and South Africa, health authorities have reported outbreaks of a different and less dangerous version of Mpox that spread worldwide in 2022. So this is one that is still actively mutating. No, sorry. I did the math, and it was like 0.037 in the math that I did, which is 3.7%. 3.7% of Mpox cases of this particular strain are resulting in death. Almost 4%. Oh, God. Earlier this year, scientists reported the emergence of a new form of the deadlier form of Mpox, which can kill up to 10% of infected people in a Congolese mining town that they feared might spread more easily. Oh, my God. Okay, I was trying to find there, like, what countries this new strain has been found in, but I don't know if that information is available. Oh my God. I'm sorry, this is not funny, but this first commenter on this tweet that I was just looking at says, close the borders! And that just cracked me up because, yeah, it's literally like Plague Inc., where, like, countries start closing the borders, but it's like, I'm already in there. I'm already in there. You can't stop me from being, like, listen, now it's person-to-person transmission. I'm already in there, though. Closing the borders is not going to help you at this stage. It's always, at least in Plague Inc., it is always a too little, too late action. So yeah, new horrors every day. Horrors beyond your imagining, in fact. Oh no. Man, like, again, I'm gonna keep repeating myself until I die. Wear an N95 everywhere you go, including outdoors, because you can get sick outdoors. If it's too hot, get a like wet rag and put it around your neck, or get your hair wet or something. You can do other things to offset how hot it is inside a mask, okay? And if you can't mask, or even on top of masking, get a CPC mouthwash. That's the active ingredient. If you turn the mouthwash around, it'll say, I don't know what it's like a chemical name. Hold on, I'll look it up for you. I'll be good and look it up for you. CPC is cetylpyridinium chloride. Cetylpyridinium chloride. In a mouthwash that has it is going to contain usually 0.07% of CPC, okay? That will kill everything in your mouth. And then you should use probiotic Streptococcus salivarius K12, which is a healthy bacteria associated with good dental health and fewer viral illnesses among children who are being given the probiotic. Those are the studies that have been done, typically on children, because, you know, they're not doing anything to avoid getting sick. But the ones who use S. salivarius K12 don't get sick as much, okay? So use your CPC mouthwash and then your probiotic when you go to bed at night. Use a xylitol nasal spray like Xlear. It's like the word clear, but there's an X at the beginning instead. which will get rid of viruses and bacteria and stuff in your mouth and nose and throat. Okay? Those are the things you need to be doing. And try to clean the air as much as you can. Corsi Rosenthal box. That's when you take the highest rated furnace fans you can and you build a box around a box fan and you like suck air through the filters and it cleans the air. Okay? All the same things. And also with Mpox, because it can be transmitted through touch, although also it's fucking airborne now. Get hand sanitizer. Keep it with you. If you have the opportunity to clean touch surfaces, this is one of those things that I think people miss at the gym is, you know, people will wipe down like the place where you sit, but they won't, it's like, oh, I'm going to sit on the chest press machine. And I always clean off the handles on the chest press machine because they're always disgusting. It's so clear that no one cleans the touch surfaces. So if you can, clean touch surfaces. And if you can't, then sanitize your hands. Washing your hands can wash away viruses, but it will not kill them. That's why you need sanitizer with alcohol. Or like dilute 1 tablespoon of bleach into water and you can use that to sanitize your hands. And that probiotic you can buy on Amazon. Streptococcus salivarius K12. You can buy it on Amazon. Chatter says the UK got monkeypox infections from someone who traveled from Nigeria who was highly infected, which I read last week. Yeah. Yeah, closing the borders is a great idea, but it never happens when it should, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So at this point, you just have to strap in, strap up, try to protect yourself as much as possible. Yes, also wipe down the bars on the squat rack, for sure. It's okay, my blood is 140 proof now. Oh no. Just what we needed. Another world-ending catastrophe right before the election. I think that in America, like, I feel like the coming election is going to prevent us from talking about this at all. Which is such a huge bummer because it's happening under a Biden presidency, which would make the Democrats look bad. Jesus Christ. I wish that we could just be like, yeah, public health is a good idea. Let's do public health. This is why I want to live in the woods. Donate to my GoFundMe so I can go live in the woods and be away from people and grow my own food and not get sick. Please. Strap in, strap up, strap on. You know. Except to be really goddamn careful because this thing primarily spreads through skin-to-skin contact. So if you are going to strap on, then get your goddamn vaccine if you can. Shit. Well, I guess I'm glad that we talked about that, but I'm done talking about it because holy God. Horrors beyond imagining every day. Okay, I'm going to put that in my notes, though. I'm done talking about it. It's going in my notes. What is today? 8/14, I'm going to guess. What I just put in my notes was Mpox. Fuck, it's airborne. Shit. Oh, no. I think that Moderna is already working with other companies with WHO on combating these viruses. I fucking hope so. I know that there is an Mpox vaccine. I know someone who got it 2 years ago because they were in like one of the affected groups. I'm like hyper aware of how much I'm touching my face now, which I hate. Cringe. I took a short break from the gym, and I think if I do start going to the gym again, I'm going to be like a shower with scalding water after every time I go to the gym, which means that I'm about to be a 4 times a week shower person. God. It's not enough. It's not enough. Just douse my body in hand sanitizer. Please. I just want a private gym. I just want to own a house and have a gym in my basement. I just hate people so much. I just hate other people so much. I did just get Moderna. I got my COVID booster. I think that every other time I've gotten Pfizer. But yeah, I got Moderna. I'm already a shower 5 times a week person because that's how often I work out. I typically shower like... if I go to the gym 2 days in a row, I'll shower the second day. I'm so upset right now. Oh God. I almost wonder if I should make something like this to put in my stream background. I'm starting to rethink the vines. I do think the vines are a great way of noise canceling, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about them at this point. I'm basically just rethinking the entire background. Although I probably won't make any major changes until I move. If you get a homestead type situation, you won't need the gym. I still want to hit some targeted areas. Like, you don't row at the homestead very much. You're not, like, rowing. Oh, I do feel you, Mama, but so I'll read your comment and then I'll respond. Do y'all ever feel the existential dread from the fact that most of the problems in the world could be solved if people would stop being dipshits? Seriously, the only thing between us and greatness is dipshittery. It's so depressing. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you mean by dipshittery, because that's kind of very easily seen as a eugenics comment. I know that you probably don't mean it that way, because, like, you mean willful stupidity rather than low intelligence, but they can be conflated pretty easily. Oh my God. I hate the world. Okay, what else do we have today? God. Can I even do 2 disease segments in a row right now without fucking losing my mind? Because the one that I was planning on doing was COVID is shown to cause acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Like, it's been proven because someone has been diagnosed with it. I think I have to save this. I can't do 2 of these today. I have to save this for Sunday. I thought dipshit just meant asshole. Dipshit means, like, stupid fucking asshole. Like, when I say dipshit, I mean that as, like, an insult to your intelligence. Unfortunately, rationality and reason are acquired skills, not innate ones. True. I just mean bad decisions. Name any problem in the world that wouldn't at least be lessened if people did the right thing. Yeah, wars, pure dipshittery. Privatized healthcare, pure dipshittery. Global hunger can be alleviated if people did less dipshittery. Marginally less dipshittery. Okay, I think I only have one segment left in me tonight, and we're gonna do the J.K. Rowling thing. Okay, J.K. Rowling getting sued by Iman Khalif, but I'm gonna go pee. So that is the thing that we're talking about next. Oh man, we might do this other thing. Okay, I want to take votes. Okay, please, I need help. Help me, please. Obviously, I'm going to talk about J.K. Rowling because that's the main topic of today's stream. Okay. We also have this article, though, which is a follow-up to our video about the Chevron doctrine being eliminated, because apparently the U.S. Air Force has dodged doing like water cleanup of toxic forever chemicals, citing the Supreme Court's Chevron ruling. And I was thinking about covering this today, but I don't know if I have it in me. I don't know if I have it in me. The EPA in late May issued an emergency order under the Safe Drinking Water Act requiring the Air Force to develop a plan within 60 days to address the PFAS contamination in the drinking water. And then the Air Force is just like, nope, I've decided not to. Should we try to cover this today, or should I save it till Sunday? Are more horrors beyond imagining going to happen before Sunday, though? Oh my god. That monkeypox thing really took the energy out of me. Ooh, and when I get back, I'm gonna eat a honey stick for my voice. Wow, that'll be so pleasant, won't it? I'm sorry to anybody who likes the bugs, but I am going to get rid of them probably. So I'll have to find something else to point my I'm stepping away for a minute camera at. I'm not sure what that thing is going to be yet. Maybe I'll just put it right over here and like point it directly at my altar. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But I'm just going to step away for a minute. If you go anywhere, I'll cry. And when I get back, we're going to talk about the title issue. So if you're here for J.K. Rowling, what could possibly happen before Sunday? Yeah. Certainly nothing. Certainly nothing is going to happen before Sunday. Let me be clear. You can light a candle on your altar. Yeah, I'll light a candle. That can be for before the show, because it's before the show and when I step away for a minute. Yeah, okay, I'll be back. Okay, everybody. Jump scare. I'm back. Ah. If you got some fairy lights that rotate patterns, you can set them up around your ivy wall, and the cool colors will rotate around it. The difficult thing with little lights like that is that they tend to operate under 60 hertz, which means that you will be able to painfully see them flashing. But I didn't even realize it was a bug live feed. Yeah, I know, they're not very visible in there. I was going to change the camera angle in there, but then I decided that, oh well, I'm getting rid of those anyway. So where are my scissors? Scissors. Honey. Okay. What's going to happen to the bugs? I'm going to give them to someone who will take good care of them. Oh no, oxpecker. What? Whoa, what flavor is that? Oh, that's yummy. It's fruit. It might be a blackberry. Blueberry? Something like that. I have some honey sticks from like 2 years ago. And I don't remember what any of them are. Yeah. I know someone who keeps like lizards and snakes and stuff, and I know that they would take really good care of the bugs. Blackberries grow wild in the suburbs around Portland, and they're so good. Mmm. Yeah, this is a really yummy honey. I would love to have an apiary. And I would also love to grow sunflowers, so that would be the way to get the sunflower honey that I so desperately crave. Okay, I'm gonna get my stuff ready to talk about J.K. Rowling. I'm trying to make a hydroponic box for carnivorous plants. Side note, totally unrelated. They may have a use for some bugs. Ah ha ha ha. Does that mean you grow sunflowers and keep bees? So, yeah, an apiary is a place where you grow bees, like you keep bees. And, yeah, I would love to grow sunflowers. It would be amazing. Thank you for the hair compliment. I like my hair. I'm kind of looking forward to cutting off this last bit of red from my henna days, but, you know, it's cute. And the back is growing longer, which is nice. That's not the back. This is the back. It's like starting to get longer back there. Bug spray as currency in the apocalypse, true. Yeah, aviary would put birds in the brain, but apiary, it's spelled the same but with a P. Apiary is where you keep bees. Did you like the henna while you had it? I mean, I loved the redness of my hair, but I didn't love, like, the fact that it apparently made my hair brittle as all hell and made it break all the time. Like, I'm still... Yeah, it, like, changed the texture of my hair and stuff, and it still has some of that lingering effect in the longest part of my hair, where I'll get, like, split ends and stuff. So, yeah, apparently it's not recommended to use henna on hair, actually, if you want your hair to be nice and soft. Turns out. But, I mean, I enjoyed having red hair. Oh, yeah, this is a criminal complaint. Ooh, okay. That's exciting. We have 79 viewers and 124 likes. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for contributing by liking the show. I've always thought about trying henna at least once. So, something that I was told by some cosmetology people is that if you henna your hair, you cannot bleach it because then your hair will turn into cotton candy. So, if you're gonna henna your hair, it's like you're gonna have to wait for it to grow out or cut it out. Okay. Done with that honey stick. Good for your voice, honey, apparently. Also good for your immune system, I hear. Honey is good for your immune system. We are about ready to talk about the J.K. Rowling stuff, so strap in. Need to introduce Lux to Marianberry as well. I hear good things, I think, about Marianberry. Not totally sure. I don't think I've ever tried them myself. Honey is a health potion, true. Does rhubarb have flowers? I'm kind of excited about the potential of streaming to Twitch, actually. I appreciate that you all have kept pushing me about it. Marianberry is a local version of a better blackberry. Ooh. Yum. But yeah, it would be convenient if I just like I'm just gradually increasing my forms of income. I'm like, I've got merch, that's passive income. Sometimes I forget that I'm gonna make money off of merch, and then I get the email on the first week of the month that's like, we just sent you money, and I'm like, oh, amazing, thank you. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna make a point to post on Fansly more often. I don't make a ton of money on Fansly, but you know, it's still some, and I would definitely make more money if I posted there more often. So yeah, no harm in doing something else at the same time with no additional effort. I mean, yeah, it sort of depends on how much it costs to use Restream. Obviously, it will reduce my taxable income, but I'm also terrible at keeping track of my expenses for the channel, so. Got the guns. Yep, showing off the guns. I haven't yet. I've done like maybe one or two posts on Fansly that are like the guns. Mostly, I'm just like aggressively committed to this cut that I'm on. I really want to like reduce the total body fat percentage so that the muscles actually you can actually see them. That would be great. You're saying you don't need an editor, you need an accountant? No, I just need to work more. That's always the answer. Work more harder. And like ideally not pay someone because that means I don't have as much money. I'm bad about cuts. I have all this muscle and it's so hard to see. Yeah. I'm basically just going to keep on this cut until I get to my target weight because I'm not even perfect about it every day. You know, like on the weekends, sometimes I'll drink like some beers and it'll blow out my calories for the day. You know, I could be more on it. I know, capitalism, it's terrible. Just trying to save up as much money as I can for this horrendous 2,000-mile move that I'm about to do. It'll be good once it's finished, but it's like looming. You know, it's like looming on the horizon. Okay, I guess mainly I just have this article from Variety. Just find a very loyal friend to do everything for you for free, and in 8 years after you horribly abuse them, it will get linked and make for a really successful drama mama. It'll get leaked, yeah. But then mama makes money and not me. You look very strong, thank you. If, what are we at? What are we at today for donos? We're at $45 for donos. I think some of you earlier may have done like more than 1 month of tier subscription, but again, it doesn't tell me. I'd have to go looking through my PayPal emails. But usually, if we get to $100 on the stream, I flex my muscles. I show them off. Oh, speaking of being stronger, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep vamping. I'm gonna keep vamping for a minute. So this bow back here is a 20-pound bow. It's a very light bow. And honestly, I've probably removed some of the power by putting these like string dampeners on it. But I went shooting with my partner recently and I pulled his bow. I shot like all of his arrows and I was like, his is like a 35-pound bow. I just wanted to feel what it was like because I've been doing rows. Like I've been specifically working out my back muscles. And after drawing his bow, mine feels like a toy. And I'm like, God damn it. I need to get new limbs for my bow. And then I'm like, yeah, but I don't actually need it. What bow? Distracted by guitar. Yeah, true. So actually right back here, so there's the guitar, there's my arrows in the quiver, that's my bow, and that's my fishing rod. So, got all kinds of stuff back there. It's okay if we don't make it to the stream goal. It's okay. I just enjoy showing off and moderately debasing myself. I'll just go do it on Fansly. How do you hold your bow? Can you demonstrate proper posture for us? Not in this tiny fucking office space. That's one of the great things about getting a standing desk after I move, is I'll be able to actually do stuff like that. I know, my bow is so pretty. It's not the most attractive bow, but it's definitely pretty cute. Have you thought about getting a compound bow? No. No. I would literally rather get a gun, like a rifle, than get a compound bow. I don't know what it is. I don't like compound bows very much. Don't like them. Not a fan. I'd rather get a sexy bolt-action rifle. and shoot deer that way. Like, what's the point in getting a compound bow for me? Like, if I got a compound bow, the purpose of it would be for killing deer, you know? And because you have to sit there really still at full draw for like sometimes hours in order to not spook a deer. I would literally rather have a rifle. You can have a compound bow. I don't care what you do. It's just not for me. I just not something I'm looking into getting for myself. My eyeballs. Ooh, good night, Indigo. Oh god, my eyeballs. Okay, we're good. So remember that time that J.K. Rowling could not shut the hell up about trans people for like 5 consecutive years? And it's kind of like, it's like the only thing she talks about is kind of how it feels at this point. I'm sure maybe she's like, occasionally she's like, hey, check out my book where I wrote about how a crossdresser is a murderer under my conversion therapist pen name. Anyway, so it's like the only thing she does. Most recently, and we did talk about it, there's this Olympic boxer, and I'm sure that you've heard at this point, holy cow, like unless you've been living under a rock, Iman Khalif. She's a boxer, and she hit her Italian opponent so hard that the Italian like stopped the match after like 45 seconds. And people were like, oh my god, Iman is a man. She's beating up women, or he's beating up women. And it was this whole thing, like literally an international scandal, effectively, where, you know, there's like a Russian boxing league that said that Iman Khalif didn't pass their qualifications to perform with women. But it's weird because that only happened after she defeated the Russian, like the lady that the Russians wanted to win, basically the Russian candidate. And because she previously had competed just fine. Anyhow, so this is kind of grown. Like, I thought that this story was more or less over because, okay, yeah, we've talked about it. It's, yeah, someone hit someone in boxing. Can't have that. But I could have, I was like, all right, you know, the Olympics is over. Iman Khalif won the gold, which is incredible. Like, happy for her. She's from Algeria, a country in which it's not legal for you to be trans. So there's no way that she's trans, whatever. And yeah, anyway, like I said, I just thought that it was over. But twist, J.K. Rowling might be in the find out phase where there's actually been some consequences for her actions. Yes, also the IBA was unable to substantiate their claims because they provided no evidence as to why Iman supposedly failed the gender test. So just a ton of speculation, unfounded speculation surrounding that issue. But apparently, Iman Khalif has now started a lawsuit, or perhaps a criminal complaint, directed at, it's naming J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk in this cyberbullying lawsuit. So that's Iman Khalif, if you don't remember what she looks like. J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk, of course. Right, so J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk have both been named in a criminal complaint filed to French authorities over acts of alleged, quote, acts of aggravated cyber harassment against Iman Khalif. The Paris-based attorney of Khalif, Nabil Boudi, confirmed to Variety that both figures were mentioned in the body of the complaint posted to the Anti-Online Hatred Center of the Paris prosecutor's office on Friday. In a statement sent to Variety, the Paris prosecutor's office confirmed it received the complaint filed by Khalif and announced that an investigation had been launched. On August 13th, this National Center for the Fight Against Online Hatred contacted the Central Office for the Fight Against Crimes Against Humanity and Hate Crimes, oh my God, to conduct an investigation into the counts of cyber harassment due to gender, public insult because of gender, public incitement to discrimination, and public insult because of origin. The lawsuit was filed against Twitter, which under French law means that it was filed against unknown persons, which, quote, ensures that the prosecution has all the latitude to be able to investigate against all people, including those who may have written hateful messages under pseudonyms, says Booty. The complaint nevertheless mentions famously controversial figures. J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk are named in the lawsuit, among others, adding that Donald Trump would be part of the investigation. Trump tweeted, so whether or not he is named in our lawsuit, he will inevitably be looked into as part of the prosecution. Khalif on Saturday won the Olympic gold medal in the women's 66-kilogram boxing competition, spent much of the 2024 Olympics in Paris at the center of this noisy complaint, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we already talked about that. Yes, she was born female. She's not trans. As far as we know, she's not intersex. Just like this crazy backlash against her for no reason. So notably, Rowling posted a picture from Khalif's fight with Italian boxer Angela Carini, accusing Iman of being a man who was, quote, enjoying the distress of a woman he's just punched in the head. Musk also shared a post from swimmer Riley Gaines, which mentioned, quote, men don't belong in women's sports. He said, absolutely. Trump posted a message with a picture from the fight with Karina, accompanied by the message, quote, I will keep men out of women's sports. So apparently the lawyer is asking that the prosecution investigates not only the people named, but whoever it feels necessary. If the case goes to court, they will stand trial. Imagine actually having consequences for your bigoted, hateful commentary. Like, basically, if you're like an American complaining and saying, oh, she's really a man, blah, blah, blah. Imagine the French government being like, excuse me, sir, we would like to have a word. Like, Jesus Christ. An important part of the complaint, she's suing about harassment. A lot of the people on the internet think, oh, they'll just test to see if she's trans or intersex, and those results will determine the outcome. But no, that doesn't actually matter. They're being sued because they incited harassment against Iman, the nature of which is irrelevant to the legality and liability. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's true that she's trans, like she's not trans, but even if she were trans, you can still be held legally liable for inciting harassment against a trans person. The lawyer claims that even though the lawsuit was filed in France, it could target personalities overseas. Yep, the prosecutor's office for combating online hate speech has the possibility to make requests for mutual legal assistance with other countries. There are agreements with the U.S. equivalent of the French office for combating online hate speech. Wow, that would be incredible. Logan Paul, yeah. Apparently, so those who posted apologies or public corrections, that doesn't change anything regarding the investigation. The lawsuit is filed and the facts remain. Khalif's coach, Pedro Diaz, said that the bullying that she endured during her run in the Olympics, quote, incredibly affected her and everyone around her. Diaz says the first time she fought in the Olympics, there was this crazy storm outside of the ring. I had never seen anything so disgusting in my life, he said. Diaz said he asked Khalif to refrain from looking at social media so she, quote, wouldn't lose her focus on winning the gold medal. Yeah, I was really unsure if she knew about it while it was happening, because it seems like you would be more focused on keeping your head in the game. But yeah, she was directed by her coach to stay offline, and she managed to keep her head in the game, and she won gold, which is incredible. Apparently, this is also not the only filing for online harassment during the Paris Olympics. Prosecutors are also investigating a complaint filed by Thomas Jolly, the artistic director of the opening and closing ceremonies, who said he was, quote, the target of threatening messages and insults. And others from DJ Barbara Butch and celebrated drag queen Nikki Doll. Barbara Butch claimed she had received online harassment, death threats, and insults following the opening ceremony. Yeah, again, imagine there being consequences for your actions. You send like hatred, harassment, death threats toward people. Man, if there was any motivation to want to move to France, that would be it for sure. I also think Richard Dawkins may be caught up in this. He was part of the hate mob against Iman, and then a couple days ago he deleted every tweet he's made in the last several years about the Olympics. I don't know how it works in other countries, but I know for sure in the US that counts as destruction of evidence. And there would be potentially additional charges related to that action. Nikki Doll, if I remember correctly, is the drag queen who sued Lawrence Fox, who is a prolific transphobe, for calling her a pedo. Yeah, consequences for your actions. I think, so it's funny to me that J.K. Rowling hasn't tweeted in a week. As of recording this video, she has not tweeted in the past week. And a lot of people think it's very funny. And I agree that it's very funny. But I wonder, it's like, did her lawyer tell her not? Because this is a criminal complaint. This is not just, I'm suing for civil liabilities. This is a criminal complaint. And there could be criminal action taken against the people who've done this. So, like, did her lawyer tell her not to tweet at all? Or is she just so terminally incapable of talking about anything other than trans people that she just functionally has nothing to say if she's not allowed to bitch about trans people right now? I know that UK is turf island and all, but certainly at some point they've got to know that their defamation laws are a bit looser. Yeah. I guess she just didn't consider that there might be consequences for her actions. That's the problem. Her lawyer told her to stay off of social media. That's what I would guess. Yeah. Maybe the mold got her. I know. It's a very funny narrative, but it's just wallpaper. She's felt untouchable for far too long. Yep. Like, she thinks she can just do anything. Although she did say a couple years ago, I think it was in 2022, she was like, I would gladly go to jail over my views about trans people. Like, okay, good. Maybe you're about to find out that part. People like this will act with all the privilege in the world until someone reminds them that they are not above the law. Yeah, I mean, I will say, for someone with as much money as J.K. Rowling has, as with many other things, it is unfortunate that the punishment of such is, like, you can pay to get out of jail. Or a lot of the time, the the original punishment is a crime for the crime anyway is just a fine. So functionally, a lot of things are illegal for rich people because they can just pay and it doesn't harm them at all. Which is why I do think that it would be good to have like a progressive, not a tax, but like a progressive charge where it's maybe like a certain percentage or something, you know, like so like a parking ticket might only be like $10 for someone who is in a lower tax income bracket, and then like maybe it should be $20,000 for someone in a higher tax income bracket. Anyone who proclaims they will gladly go to jail for their beliefs will blink the moment consequences emerge. Right. It seems like she has blunked, in fact. Yeah, sometimes these people will shut up a bit after a cease and desist, but then if there's not immediate consequences, they'll just keep violating it more and more, which means you will have more evidence for a stronger case later. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm not sure if there's much more details about this now. Like, I guess I am curious if there is. I don't think in this article, at least, there's any details on what the criminal consequences would be if there were convictions here. Like, would it just be a fine or would it be something substantial? Substantial. I can't talk. Words are bad. Words are hard. Yeah, like, could she be arrested? I don't actually know. Like, I don't know, French cyber bullying law. Okay, cool. What is the word I'm looking for? Oh. So, according to this article, here, or this is from statista.com, it says, so referring to online harassment in France, as the virtual presence is becoming more common, indirect confrontations are becoming more frequent. Under the cover of anonymity, harassers have long been able to act with impunity. Reacting to these attacks, the first action against online harassment was put in place by the French government at the end of 2014. Henceforth, any person repeating remarks or behavior with the effect of deteriorating the living conditions of another person was now liable to 1 year of imprisonment and a fine. So if that's the case, if that's the law, yeah, this is not a civil suit. This is a criminal action. So the French law is that you can face 1 year of imprisonment, up to 1 year, I think, and a fine. So it's, yeah, so potentially, if this moves forward, J.K. Rowling could go to jail, a French jail, I guess, for a year, which would be insane. That is crazy to me. As an American, where we're like free speech absolutists over here to the point where it's harmful to our society. Holy cow. Countries in Europe have passed a lot of pretty nice laws surrounding online harassment and attacks in the past few years. The online and offline spaces are being made more similar when it comes to law. Thank God. Man, that would be hilarious. Ha ha ha, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, let's see. I mean, I think that it's clear beyond a shadow of a doubt that J.K. Rowling engaged in this behavior. It's just a matter of what does a French court determine to be appropriate punishment. Sometimes I think blocking some people from using the internet for years at a time would be more effective than jail. Yeah. It's like, nope, you are not allowed to use the internet. The consequences of your actions. Oh, jeez. The British press have been noticeably mute on this matter. There is certainly normally a flurry of opinion pieces. These haven't happened yet. Maybe they're in the frame too. I wonder, yeah, if the UK media itself wants to remain out of the potential firing range. Gonna be very exciting to see how long J.K. Rowling stays weeshed. She remember, women won't weeshed. Well, it looks like you do. It looks like you weeshed. That's like the British way of saying shh. Weeshed. Shush. She shushed. Sending your Ethernet cables to the guillotine. True. Okay. I think that just about covers it for memeing about J.K. Rowling. Goes in my notes. J.K. Rowling sued by Iman Khalif. Boom. She could literally go to jail. Wow. Fingers crossed. What's up, Timerinia? Isn't it like fucking 3 a.m. where you are right now? I was avoiding bringing up the PZ thing during the segment, but I'm happy to talk about it now. So apparently, cease and desist to Poppy, and she's violating it more. I had checked up on her a couple times, and I thought that she hadn't said anything about you in a while. Maybe it's on a different account that I don't check on or something. But she's like testing. She's like pushing. Like, well, it's like you receive a cease and desist, and the point is that you're supposed to cease and desist after that. And if you continue, then there will be consequences. So she is just one of the dumbest human beings that is alive, perhaps. It's like, oh yeah, okay, so at this point, I'm being told that there is enough evidence to create action against me. But if I shut up, then there will not be legal action taken against me. But now I'm going to keep pushing. Like, I've decided to... I guess that's the thing. She's like... It's a power tripping thing, right, Milena? Like, she is power tripping. Like, ooh, I can get away with doing whatever. And she's, like, testing you. Like, like, you can't make me stop. You can't have power over me to make me change my behavior. It's like a child, like, testing the limits. No, I wasn't talking about J.K. Rowling. I'm now talking about Poppy. And that sign won't stop me because I can't read. Classic. It's all good. I just suddenly switched topics a little bit there. Because, yeah, like, Poppy, specifically Poppy, I guess. I don't give a shit about Xena. Xena, I don't fucking care. Poppy has been told to cease and desist with all of her harassment of her ex and, or I guess several exes, but No Flake and Milena. This is how abusers and consent/boundary challenged people function. Yep. Let me keep pushing. Let me keep testing. Let me keep challenging you so that I can come out and be like, hey, I'm being the biggest, best baddie. Who's Poppy? Listen. She's a art. I don't know. Do they still stream? She was a streamer and a therapist and a high profile sex pest in the leftist community here online. I made like a 2-hour long video about why she's terrible. It's all about conquering and forcing their will onto others. They say that they stream, but they haven't in months. Yeah, I think maybe that they've posted a couple standalone videos or something in the interim, but maybe they were recorded offline. I'm sure they'll stream as soon as they're moved in. Oh, they're moving? Okay. Sucks to suck. It's moving sucks. I'm gonna try to let myself not obsess over the move that I'm about to do. I'm like, I am about to enter one of the most stressful times of year for me. It's very fun, but it is still very stressful and tiring. And when I'm done with that time of my life, I will focus harder on finding a new place to live. Ugh. Why are my eyes so tired? Okay. Well, do we have anything else to goof about? Before we wrap up the show? I want to like just chit chat with you guys for a while. We need like $1,600 to hit the goal on GoFundMe, which is pretty close. Obviously gonna leave it open still past that point, but still very nice to have gotten so much support on that. I really like this thing. Yeah, it's a mandala and I crocheted it. It's a gift for my mother-in-law. I just don't have a good place to put it right now, so I just kind of shoved it over here and I'm going to give it to her before next stream, so it'll be gone by then. But yes, I made it. It took a long time. If you want one, it's $500. Takes forever. And I had to alter the pattern because it's originally it was for a like a duster, like a coat thing. Speaking, is my duster still out here? No, it's not. Sad, I put it away. Yeah. And I chose this particular set of colors because I think my mother-in-law will like it. Like, just these bright jewel tones. It's very cool. I've shown this off before on stream when it was a work in progress still. But I have a new kitten and got a histo. Nice. Kittens are fun. Do you have somewhere I can personally message you and have a conversation? I'm a UK advocate. Oh, does that mean, are you advocate? Does that mean a lawyer? Primarily in the back end, I'm working on a project that counters the cast review and would like to do an interview with you. I don't typically do interviews. You can always join the Discord. and reach out there, but I'm not sure. Like, I guess I'm not sure what else is there to discuss with the cast review at this point. This antitrust lawsuit with Google is fascinating. I've looked into that. Also, don't know if there's much information about that at this point. But it's like, yeah, they're like being accused of having a monopoly, right? Triss says, though I'm probably not your target audience, cishet Brit in a long-term relationship with a cishet Canadian, you're one of the YouTubers I watch most and tend to agree with almost 100%. Keep going. Thank you. I don't know that I even have a target audience. Chat, do I have a target audience? If anything, I feel like I want to reach an audience that's not exclusively trans. Like, it's so frustrating to be like, I'm talking about issues that affect trans people, but we all already know that the world is on fire. I want that message to start reaching non-trans people so that you all can make action to make the world safer for trans people. We already know. And the more broad of an audience I get to, then the more broad of an audience I can say, hey, we're going to be experiencing global water shortages within the next 20 to 30 years, which means also there are going to be food shortages, and you should start preparing for that like yesterday. Target audience is chill folks. True. That's so true. Not a lawyer, just an average citizen trying to get the UK government to take us seriously. It's really bad, and I want to get as many voices heard as possible. I'm working on the working with the NHS on this, though. Yeah, we did just cover like the fact that the British Medical Association, it's like a union, right, that represents a huge amount of doctors in the UK. Like, they have made action against the cast report, and they're like, hey, stop fucking doing this. I take my token cishet role very seriously. Yeah. Can I don't know. Am I gonna... Okay. We're gonna try to show you a little bit closer what it looks like. Obviously, the background is pretty busy anyway, but like, here. Ah! It's pretty. I made it. Okay, I didn't ruin it. Yes, but there's a lot of controversy with that too. Really, with the BMA? Changing your niche takes a few videos, but keep focused on a new one and you'll install the category into your channel. Yeah. I guess some of my videos that are more broad are starting to do a little bit better. Like, what was my most recent video about, like, Biden or something? Yeah, so my video about Tim Walz actually did pretty good, even though that's not, like, a specific trans-oriented topic. Did pretty good. And then a couple of my trans-related ones recently didn't do as good, so that's interesting. What do you do about weightlifting calluses peeling off your palms? Nothing. They are going to continue to do that, as far as I know. No, I touched my glasses again. It's very frustrating that when the cast report came out, every newspaper did 10 stories on it, and now that every medical organization ever is speaking out against it, they're literally all quiet. Oh, of course. Of course. Have you talked about this with Dead Domain? Which part have I talked about with Dead Domain? I went on a stream with Jordan recently because they were raising money for some people's GoFundMes, but I haven't really talked to them much outside of that. Although I was inspired earlier today. Dead Domain inspired me. Oh my god, I can't see. Why is it that someone I am following on Twitter is not showing up in my fucking... Okay, here. Dead Domain tweeted earlier today. They've been responding to a lot of transphobes today, just having a lot of fun doing that, apparently. So someone said, did you know that demons identify as they, them? And Dead Domain was like, oh no, non-binary people are demons. Haha, that's so cool. Tell me something I don't know. And that inspired me to... I also quote tweeted that person saying, big if true. Just pictures from my like Halloween post on Fansly 2 years ago. That's such a cute shirt. I haven't gotten that shirt out in a while. Expanding the type of content niches. No, yeah, that was part of our conversation. Like I joined and we talked with Jessie Gender and Rosa from the Composting Podcast and Mia Moore and Bugs Matrix. Yeah, and it was a great conversation. And yeah, some of it was about trying to pivot content. And it basically is just like, you have to be persistent. That's it. You just have to be persistent. And I will say, something that I think is a real benefit right now is the A/B testing. So, for example, the video that I just posted today, the title is, do you really think you're safe? And I did 3 different thumbnails. So I do think if I can keep the titles relatively generic, but then do 3 different thumbnails, then I might not be as screwed on the whole, like, only your subscribers can boost this video to a broader audience. So if my subscribers see the thumbnail that has a picture of me, that might boost it to a broader audience who then see one of the other thumbnails. Although this video is, I mean, it's not doing great. 1.2. I guess that's on the lower end of what's normal for my channel. Dang, if I weren't a she/her girly, I would post a demon pic too. I mean, Dead Domain got famous doing a, like, I'm a trans person and I infiltrated a hate church or whatever. So the videos that do super well are those kind of videos, like the CPAC videos. Yes, I did make that shirt myself. I also crocheted that shirt. And the pattern is gone. So I can't make it again. Crochet is like the primary thing I do in my free time. I mean, I've got other hobbies. You know, I have my garden. I do archery. I go to the gym. Like, I guess I have a lot more hobbies than I think I do. I just haven't been playing video games as much lately. I wonder if it'll tell me which one of these thumbnails is doing better at this point. I think it takes like 13 hours for it to start showing. So yeah, of the thumbnails that I posted, 2 of them are competing at like 35% and one of them is at 30%, which seems kind of how it ends up working. It's never like 50% are going to this one thumbnail of the few times that I've done this A/B testing thing, because I don't do it for every video. Maybe I should do it for every video. I don't fucking know. Goblin dicks. True. Sorry to disappoint, but another trans person here. It's just the algorithm, really. It makes it makes some of your content pop up more for people interested in trans issues. Yeah. I understand. I get it. I get it. It's just frustrating because I I don't want to be like, hey, I'm the doomer channel who makes trans people feel bad. Oh yeah, I didn't make the shirt, but I do sell this in my merch store. It's like 25 bucks plus shipping. Print to order. Also, the video essays on the decade prior to World War II and exposing the Satanic Temple and their knowledge of the stand-up comedy industry. Yeah, Dead Domain is honestly like, okay, I'm going to complain problematically for a minute here, okay? I think I do worse than other trans channels because I was assigned female at birth. Like, that's my honest opinion. I think that there is a continuation of cis-sexism in a way that is obviously harmful and sucks. But okay. Please now submit in the chat a trans feminine YouTuber that you know. A trans feminine streamer or YouTuber, like someone who's assigned male at birth. Go. Even if it's one that we just mentioned. I want to make a point here. Trans feminine assigned male YouTubers or streamers in the chat. Jessie Gender, Mia Mulders, Abigail Thorne, Finster, is Shitty Kickflips, is that a trans femme YouTuber? Yuko, ContraPoints. That's 7. Dead Domain, obviously. Samantha Lux. Chariot. I love Chariot. She's one of my favorites. We've been friends for years. Nominal Naomi. I'll count the ones on the line. Demon Mama, Lily Simpson. Conyer, Keffels, Blair White. Arden Hart. Trans Voice Lessons. Let's just stop there, okay? That was 18. Now, trans masculine YouTubers or Twitch streamers that you know of. Oh yeah, Cat Black, of course, yeah. We're just gonna say me, by default. Me. Sam Collins. Jamie Dodger. Ty Turner. Of course, Calvin, yeah. No offense, yep. Alexander Avila. I have never heard of Papago, but I'll take your word for it. Swolesome, love Swolesome. Jackson Bird. I don't know if Jackson posts anymore, but okay, we're at 10. So, Jesse Nowek. Oh yeah, I don't know him. But yeah, okay, so there's like twice as many, just off the top of our heads right now, trans masculine creators. Sorry, twice as many trans feminine creators. Trans Cat Dad, yes, of course. And I get, like, with streamers especially, because I think most of those YouTubers who are trans mask, those are mostly, like, people who make proper videos and who have been around for an extremely long time. I just think that I'm still subject to basically anti-female sexism, and that there's like a limit to my success in that regard. Like, Demon Mama has 10,000 fewer subscribers than I do, but she often has like 3 times as many people in the chat. And again, nothing against her, she's perfect, but like, just, it's not her fault that there are these dynamics at play. And Dead Domain is a similar thing. The first time I saw you, I assumed you were trans femme. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care anymore. I don't really care anymore what people see when they look at me. That's fine. I know that I'm femme. I'm just like a trans masculine femboy who's non-binary. With streamers, it's absolutely different because there's so many buttons that the right wants to press when they see a trans man live on the spot. Yeah, fair enough. Sam Collins has been around for a long time, too. A lot of this comes down to society's obsession with trans women. Effemimania. Effemimania. And Alexander Avila, like, built his channel before coming out as trans. Like, I think it was fairly recent that Alexander Avila was like, by the way, I'm trans. Cody of HRT. I think I've heard of that before. I was kind of curious if being more femme would help you grow the channel. Although I don't think I'm going to find that out until I take a bunch of new a bunch of new thumbnails. Because right now all of my thumbnails are like a more masculine mode with my hair up. So I actually have a list here of like all the different faces that I need to make. Like, I need to set everything up with my green screen and take pictures. I'm like, okay, I need to look disgusted. I need to look thinking, excited / celebratory, laughing, angry / fed up, disappointed, exhausted. Which might be just thinking. Surprise / whoa, pog, rolling eyes, shake my head. Like, I need to take a bunch of new pictures for the thumbnails. One topic? Okay. What is this list? It's a list of faces that I need to make for my thumbnails. You should do one that's soy face. Isn't that kind of Pog? Pog and soy face, they look pretty similar, right? Hypatia was killed in 415 for being smarter than men, and we can't know if she was trans, but she famously found no beauty in a period. So cis-sexism is real whether or not you're trans. True. Surprised Pikachu? I wrote down surprised. Surprise / whoa. So, I'm gonna take a bunch of new thumbnail pictures with my hair down and like the glasses on to represent like what I actually look like during most videos. Because, like, I don't think I've even worn my hair up. Oop, gotta be careful with this. You can't see the buff arms. I gotta hide the buff arms. Nope, hide them. Like, I haven't really worn my glasses, or sorry, I haven't worn my hair up since I got my glasses. It's definitely a different look. I don't like it as much as having my hair down. Make a face like from the Warheads candies. Yeah. What's the term for the smiling but dead inside face? Like, yeah, no. Smiling / dead inside. There we go. Thumbnail AB, but the only difference is hair up versus hair down. True. Like, yeah, I wonder if I'll get more attention as a predominantly femme presentation. Because, yeah, nobody is seeing that in the thumbnails right now. Yeah, that's my suspicion, Jamie, is that folks who are assigned female at birth get overlooked because of like the hyper focus on trans women's visibility and like the obsession around them. A year ago, there was a very cool trans mask YouTuber. However, she detransed and recently appeared in a Chloe Cole video, deleted all the videos from years ago. Oh, that's a bummer. If I become a YouTuber slash streamer, all my thumbnails are just gonna be my cleavage. Yeah, I gotta get the tatas involved. I bought like a really nice bra, and then I gained like 15 to 20 pounds. So it really is way too tight now. And I don't want to buy another one because I want to just lose the weight and be able to fit in my fucking clothes again. It's crazy how big of a difference. I feel like if you're already an XL person, then like 15 pounds is not a huge difference. But if you're like a medium and you gain 15 pounds, it's like, oh, suddenly you're like a large or an extra large. It's important to point out that a lot of computer skills and hobbies still get treated as masculine hobbies by society, so people with girl socialization may be less likely to do this kind of job. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I'm kind of also interested in like the relative rate of success between these. Not necessarily just the prevalence thereof. Paper towel theory, weight differences become a larger percentage of your weight the smaller you are. Yeah, that makes sense. DJ Wilson, great to hear that you're finally on HRT. La, 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 la. It's cool that there are like 75 people in here just listening to me bitch about how much YouTube sucks. Boob sweat is pure evil. It's true, it is. Pure evil. What are you gonna eat for dinner tonight, chat? Aside from all of you Europeans who are here at 3 in the morning, like you should not be. I might have another green tea with honey after this. Except that I can, since I'm finally done with my sunflower honey jar, rest in peace, sunflower honey jar, so sad. I might open a jar of raw honey, raw local honey that I got recently. Mac and cheese with paprika. Ooh! I'm gonna eat my feelings. Are two of you making mac and cheese with paprika? Or are you the same person? Nuggets. Ooh, nuggies. Frozen samosas. Those are like dumplings, right? I could make mac and cheese. I have to be careful eating large amounts of carbs right before bed because it will make my heart rate go all weird. Complains about not having enough viewers, tells European viewers to leave. Yep, go away. Oh no, I was just saying like, you guys are not eating dinner right now, I don't think. It's more like phyllo dough with samosa. But it's like functionally a dumpling. Or like a pierogi or something, right? I'm just trying to get a feel for the general, like, what the fuck is that? Carbs for breakfast, protein for dinner. I've been doing some oatmeal in the morning. Heart healthy breakfast. Unless you put butter in it. Kind of, they cancel each other out a little bit. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to eat. Like, I would love to eat just an entire serving of mac and cheese. But yeah, I think it's unwise for me to eat that much carbs. Maybe I'll only eat half of it, and I'll give my partner the other half. And then it'll be an acceptable amount of mac and cheese. Steel cut oats with flaxseed. I had some flaxseed, but it went bitter. I think I had it in the cupboard for too long. I got a bag of salad. I ate a salad before stream today. It was romaine hearts. I've been doing this thing lately where I like to make my own like single serving dressings. So I'll just take a jar, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of white wine vinegar usually, salt, pepper, some fresh sage from the garden, and yeah, I'll just like shake that up and create an emulsion, and it's like literally just enough for my one salad. Oh, it's awesome. Chocolate flavored protein powder with milk and chia seeds. Chia pudding. A samosa is a little triangle pocket of dough filled with various veggies, beans, or meats, fried or baked. Yeah, it's a dumpling. Like, stuff inside of bread. This, like... It's been independently invented across every... Like, there's dumplings, there's ravioli, there's pierogies, samosas, I guess. Like, so many different kinds of food shoved in bread. And then fried or baked or steamed. Pork bao. I prefer to get a ball of dressing and look at it once and then... Sorry, use it once and then look at it every time I open my fridge for 6 months. Calzone? Pasties? Yes. Classics. Classics. Okay, well, now that I've made you all hungry, and I've made myself hungry, it's crazy how many cultures have invented filling inside of carbs. Yes. Handheld. Drea says samosas are better than pierogies, are better than tortellini, are better than ravioli. Oh no, I can't disagree with you on that. Okay, now I've made everybody hungry. I will leave you. And we have a couple things from today that we didn't get to that we will plan to get to on Sunday. I'm going to keep working on my BoJack script. And I'll post excerpts from it on the Patreon if you're interested. Pasties. Fine. Yeah, but until next time, I will see you. And be good. Or don't get caught. Okay? At the very minimum.